Hello, everybody. Welcome back to some more Dungeons and Dragons with Cloak and Stagger. I'm Sagor, Dungeon Master as usual for our Descent into Avernus campaign. And here's our players. Everyone's here, and everyone's ready to do what they gotta do. I hope so, right? You guys ready to do what you gotta do?
Kill the queen.
You know, that's actually a good question, bringing up Kill the Queen. We should probably talk about what the hell we're even doing, period, just in case someone's not aware of what we're doing. So, you know how we best do that? Anyone know?
Recap. Is it a recap?
With the recap, that is correct. Who wants to do one and talk about what went down last time?
I mean, I can.
Right.
I believe in you.
In that case, let's hear what you got, buddy.
Also, I think it should be stated that this is session 12.
Session 12?
Oh.
Okay.
Yes.
That's right. If you're missing some episodes, check out YouTube, where 4 other episodes are missing. Will be up soon, I promise.
I love the way that was put. No. So last, I believe we left off. I literally had just thrown down a smoke bomb and had filled the entire hallway with smoke as we prepared to do battle against Thirstwell's guards, quotey fingers. We beat the living daylights out of them. We squeezed actual pulp-free orange juice out of the guards. I tested it. I shook it. It was no pulp. We also we spoke with Thirstwell, who apparently was a coward and is incredibly frail. If we thumped him, he lost 2 HP. Doya, Master Doya, was able to literally end this man by biting him in the form of a spider. It was ridiculous. It was the easiest fight I think we've ever had in this entire campaign.
We didn't even get to participate.
No. And it's made me have trust issues now. Now I'm like, wait, is this going to be the next easy one, or is he baiting us? But no, we cornered Thirstwell. We interrogated him. We got the information that we believe is the truth from him. We know that the lady Vanthampur, the mother of Thirstwell and Mortlock and Van Pimperwitz fucker Vanthampur, we know that she is at the heart of this. She is trying to take over Baldur's Gate, something we kind of already knew. But yeah, we got hard confirmation from Thirstwell, and we have struck a deal with Thirstwell, and he is going to help us keep tabs, I believe. How good or well that will work out, I have no idea, because he is a coward, and I don't trust cowards. Because a hero dies many deaths, a coward tastes but one. And that is, yeah, I think that was it. Was it not? Was it or was it not?
That's pretty much what happened. That works. You can have inspiration for the evening, sir. You got a one-time use. Make sure you use it, all right?
Oh, I will this time.
A couple side notes. When talking with Thirstwell, he divulged a good bit of information without much coaxing. It seemed just looking at him the right way. He was able to just speak immediately. He mentioned a couple things about Thavius Krieg. He mentioned a couple things about a puzzle box that you guys all now are in possession of that looks very strange. Has a bunch of runes that are written in Infernal. Turns out they're just letters, but can't make rhyme or reason of what the hell they mean or what they're for. And said that basically all the stuff that involved with all this is under the house, which he has no access to because Mother says. All that being said, though, I believe it's time to jump back into the game. You guys ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go!
Okay. I'm going to transition this over. And we are going to head to, here's always the test. Let's see if everyone can join me at the Vanthampur Villa. I'm going to transfer you guys now.
I really want to. I'm in the
the
villa.
Vanthampur Whimper.
Oh shit, that's why we're raiding the fucking room. Oh, we're gonna take a shit on her bed.
That's right. Yeah. We were shitting on her. I forgot about that part.
Mid shit.
I was mid deuce.
Yeah.
Mid deuce. It was literally hanging out of my ass as I was as the game
Didn't even clip it yet.
Nah.
All right. Well,
it's close though.
Y'all were, I know, admitted detail in the recap, one I thought was unnecessary, but yes, they ended with wanting to defecate and urinate on the Duke's bed. I'm putting the game in y'all's hands now. The timer started. It is now Myrtle 18th of 1492, specifically 3:42 p.m., and it is still just a raining outside. Let's get right here.
Where's everyone?
I saw Hayes just a second ago.
He found the keys in the book, I remember.
Mm-hmm.
And we still have to go upstairs.
Yes.
Yeah, we still gotta go upstairs. Did we piss on the bed yet? I don't remember.
I just clipped my shit on the bed, and I'm now pulling up trowel and walking away.
I did
Master
too.
Doya,
I'm gonna
Rhea,
giggle. Oop, how
we
do I fucking
have
move?
a decision to make here.
There's
There's a stairwell
I can't move.
going up.
Oh, there it is.
Wait, hold on a second. You can't move, Stab?
I couldn't move for a second. I think I'm super lagging out.
Yeah, I'm lagging out. Oh God.
Oh yeah, I'm
Like-
super lagging out. Are you too, Elgin? Because I saw you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like hella lagged out.
Hayes?
I tell my guy to move, and it takes about 10 seconds. before it does
7 to 10.
anything.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's like Nintendo lag.
Okay.
Wait,
okay,
it's
let's
catching up.
Did you shut the door in my face?
It's catching
Is
up.
that what happened?
Here, there's the door's open for you, Stab.
Thank you.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's about 10 seconds. It's like 10 seconds off.
Indy Dave says the stream is a little off.
Like lagging?
Oh yeah,
think so.
our bit rate is tanked again.
The fuck? Why?
Oh wow.
I don't know
Let's see.
why.
Oh, good
She swallowed the
goodness
fly.
gravy.
She'll die.
Well,
We're
what's
all over
happening?
the place. Here.
The bits are going crazy.
Sorry, guys, a little bit of troubleshooting real quick. We thought we had this handled, but apparently not. I don't know why it's lagging so bad. My internet's terrible. It's always been terrible, but it's never been this terrible. Let me try this.
Is it that crap cast?
I actually wish it was. Instead, it's AT&T, which seems to be worse.
Oh shit. Yeah. No, I feel your pain. It is awful.
That's what it looks like right now, Mr. DM. Avernus chat.
This is periodically spiking.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah. It's.
Ugh. Okay, well, let me do the easiest thing first and make sure that Mrs. Bacchamus isn't messing with some sort of download again. I don't think she is.
Probably chewing on the cables again.
we need to
God.
get her under
Drop that
control.
shit. Ooh, I hope you heard that shit. Ooh.
I'm able to move around.
Yeah, but
Are you-
if it's messing with the stream, that's ugh.
Yeah. Like I can
Yeah, the
move.
stream
Yeah,
is
I
still
can move
boned.
now. Yeah.
The lag is almost gone.
Yeah. Lag is like maybe a second or so.
Yeah.
Second and a half, give or take.
All right, well, let's cross our fingers and just go with it, because I'm not sure what I can do about it without taking everything down now. So, hoping that the internet gods can bless us with a nice D&D session
shit.
moving forward.
Also, the stream is just now at the point where you said Indy Dave said we're having stream problems.
Oh my gosh, that was like 2 minutes ago. Hayes, you were saying something to Master Doya?
Yeah, he was.
Was.
I'm in the room now too.
I'll keep an eye on things.
Thank you.
Apparently there is a stairwell that leads up. However, Thirstwell says we need to go down. I feel like we're working on a little bit of borrowed time at the moment. I believe
Robbie, you're muted.
You're saying words, but you're moving your mouth, but nothing is coming out of them.
But you're worried that the risk won't be with the reward.
Perhaps we walk up there, and Mr. Butler comes back upstairs to check on things, and we come back down to, well, let's just be honest, a host of guards who are far out of their league, and we leave this place even more of a bloodbath than it was. Or, more devastatingly, they alert the lady below that we are here.
If she does not allow her own trusted son down there, I doubt the guards would be willing to go.
If they truly believe her life is in danger.
A difficult predicament.
I will go with the flow. Stab, what are you wanting to go look upstairs?
I want to see what's upstairs. Might be more stuff to piss on.
Where's Elgin? Elgin, there you are. I look past Rhea.
I'm right here.
Are we wanting to go upstairs or proceed downward? Whatever we do, we need to do as a group.
And quickly.
Do we think this upstairs is worth it?
I am no psychic.
Yeah, do a quick peek. Quick peek.
Fuck it.
All right.
We'll go.
Stab will lead the way.
Let's go.
Okay.
All right. Oh shit! I can't move. I crashed into the wall.
We are stable again so far.
Okay, cool.
All right, so you going upstairs, Stab?
Yeah,
I'll follow him.
I'm a sneaky
Closely.
sneak, so
All
I'm
right.
a rogue toad.
Go ahead and make a stealth check for me if you're doing it sneakily. Hayes, are you following behind him?
Yeah, I'll just
you're-
kind of, if he's going up like the stairs, I'll be kind of like 3 stairs behind him, 3
Okay.
steps behind him.
Were you sneaking as well, or were you just going up normal?
I will follow his lead. So if he's sneaking, I will sneak.
All right, give me a stealth check, please.
Ooh.
All right. You guys start to go up these rounded stairs, and you start to reach the top. It's not that far up, so maybe like a circle and a half. And once you get up there, here's what you see. Just a second. Stab, since you were going up first, I'm going to put you up there. I should have put a stairs transfer token here. Okay, it's going to take you.
Woo!
I want to go on a ride.
As soon as you get up there, Stab, and poke your head up, you see 2 guards sitting at the north and the south of you. Both are dead asleep.
I'm gonna sneak back down.
Oh, and you turn around, and Hayes is actually directly behind you.
Oh, I'm gonna go like this I'm gonna like shh. I'm gonna like make hand signals to be like like that.
Do I understand anything that he's trying to tell me?
I'll say that's up to you.
Do it again on camera. Let me see.
Just like,
Fingers. Right. I don't know what this means, but I know what this means. So I'll kind of hunker down, and I'll kind of place my knees on the next step, kind of leaning, and put my hands on the ground and just keep myself completely still. And I'll turn my head behind me, and I'll look for anybody coming up the stairs behind me, and I will issue them the same command, minus the finger guns.
Can I see that command?
Yeah, if you're looking at him, sure.
I want to see Hayes do the finger commands for me, or lack of.
I'll turn back to you, and I'll lift one hand up off of the staircase and just.
All right, Jamie. Jamie, it's dirt time. It's dirt time. I'm gonna use my flower pot, and I'm gonna like draw a really crude map of the room, and put a G where the guards are, and then put evil women or some shit, and then it's gonna be like a card.
You're molding earth on your inside your flower pot, and it's in the shape kind of that room with two like.
I'm gonna show it to him like this. I'm gonna show it to him like this, and then hopefully he sees it, and then I'm gonna go back to doing this.
You know, since we're being elaborate about this, all right, go ahead and make a sleight of hand check for me.
What? On him?
No, on your pot, to see how well you can try to portray what you're trying to portray right now.
Let's mold earth.
Okay. So Hayes, Stab draws in this flower pot. It looks like a square with a couple of. It almost looks like he wrote a letter in the north and south end of it. It looks like maybe a J. It could be a Q. It could be a G. You can't tell. And then he proceeds to point above you again with finger guns, and then puts his finger over his lips.
I'm just gonna roll a d20 here.
We got friendship rings, so advantage.
Okay, so I'll look at that, and I will see the square room. Yeah. I'll see the square room, and I'll look down at the square he drew, and I don't know what the fuck he has scribbled on there, but I'm just gonna put 2 and 2 together and say that these 2 spots are dangerous, and that's why we need to be quiet. And I'll turn back to Doya, and I'll do this. If you're looking at your camera, I'll do this. I'll go.
All right, Jamie, are there doors in there?
There's not. There's actually a couple of. It looks like they're not true windows, but they're kind of like seeing slits, so you can see outside of it. It looks like you're in the tower that you saw when you first approached this manor.
Is there anything of value there?
Just 2 people sleeping right now, 2 guards.
So it
looks like a
like...
table, or maybe a long table to set their stuff on, but nothing on it.
Oh. Can I use perception to see if there's anything worth killing 2 guards over?
Yeah, you know what? Sure. Go ahead and make a perception check. Okay, that's good enough. So, just kind of glancing at these guards and what they have, you could see them kind of leaning on spears a bit, and their spears and the wall is what I meant. Just checking at their hip pouches and whatnot, or seeing if they have anything else on them. It doesn't look like they have any coin or anything like that on their bodies. You do notice something a little strange, though, is just looking away for a moment in the corner, it looks almost slightly blurred when you look at the southwestern wall. It's about maybe a 1.5 feet tall and 1.5 feet wide, but it's not moving.
Blur?
I'm sorry, southeast. Yeah.
It's a blur there?
Yeah, it's like the terrain's just slightly, like, distorted, but not moving.
Oh, I don't know if I want to fuck with that. And I know time is of the essence. Damn. I want to check it out. I'm going to be like... I'm going to use like my fucking sneak skill. And I'm trying to sneak past these guards just to see if I can see this blur a little closer. Can I like get closer and try to determine what it is?
You want to get closer to it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you move a bit closer to that corner. How close are you getting to the blur?
Just want to get a little closer to it. Just a little closer until I could kind of see what it is.
Like a foot away from it, or because no matter how you move right now, it's just gonna look like distorted terrain the closer you get.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
The fuck is that shit? Watch me get us both in a fight. But I'm a lovable scamp. So I'm gonna go over there. Get a little closer to it. Does this do anything for you, Jamie? It
does, actually. It does.
Oh,
Once you get that close,
hit that pause button.
That's a good idea. Once it gets that close, you hear, "Stupid human, go. We watch. Like instructed. Go."
Go away. I'm not understanding.
Thirstwell commands. We watch. Go.
Okay, I'm leaving. Oops, I can't take action.
No, you can't.
Oh shit!
But someone's calling you on the phone first.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Broken.
Oh shit! They found out.
Oh, that would have been good. I should have had him wake up. Of that.
I think stealth is broken. The guards have woken and everything.
All right, guys, I gotta be back really quick. I'll be right back.
Okay, so I'll say Stab. He slowly stealths back down these stairs. And Hayes, if you have it changed position, once he gets back to you, he just points up and then shakes his head.
I'll just kind of smile and nod, and I will head. I'll turn to Doya and say, or I'll just do this.
I'll have the quarterstaff up, and shake my head.
And I'll turn and start trying to walk down.
All right. I won't have you make a check. I'll say you're still stealth.
I would like to stealthily make it out of this room.
Okay, if you want to be sneaky at this point, you can go ahead and just make a stealth check.
Oh shit!
Roll with that.
Did I tell everyone what was up there?
Yeah, you walked back to the stairs, and I had you just point it up, look at Hayes, and shake your head, and then he went back down the stairs.
That shit's blurry, dog. I don't trust that shit.
I'll make it back to Elgin and say, apparently no go upstairs. Nothing good.
Well, then we press on.
That motherfucker called me stupid.
I don't. Who?
The blurry squad. The blurry called me stupid.
The blur. Now I feel like I need to go look up there and see what the fuck he's talking
about. I know what it was.
Tell me, because I still don't know.
I do believe that would be our younger brother's, or our favorite brother's invisible imp.
He don't call me stupid. I'm about to smack that dude.
I'm kind of looking back and forth at Elgin and Doya and being like, how the fuck do you know?
He said it was blurry.
How do you know that's not just his shitty eyes?
Well,
hey, man.
His eyesight is bad.
I saw the drawing. It makes no sense.
Maybe you got shitty eyes. Maybe you should get some glasses, bub.
Okay, regardless. Upstairs is meaningless.
Yeah, let's just go downstairs. Oh shit, I can't move. Why can't I move?
Because
now
are we all good?
There we go. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, okay. I'll say, Elgin.
Yes.
Perhaps you lead the way.
Okay. Which way are we going?
As down goes.
Okay.
To the base.
Is this stairwell?
Yeah, you can go
right
up there, and
before...
if you left click or right click, it'll take you downstairs.
Okay. I have taken it.
Woo, fancy.
Oh damn.
Where'd all my friends go? Oh shit. This is where we came in. Alright. Where should we go? There's like a lot of places to go.
I'll turn back to Rhea and I'll say, Are you sure you want to continue? This could get pretty deadly.
She looks you directly in the eyes and kind of lifts her head slightly when you say that and gives a almost proud nod as she says, I want to find out the truth. I need to see Thavius. I have to talk with him.
Even if the truth is not what you want it to be. I
she
need you to be mentally prepared for that.
She breaks eye contact when you say that and just kind of looks down into the side a bit but quickly looks back to you and says, I'll be ready for whatever it may be.
Very well. I'll continue my way down the stairs.
I know.
You are the quiet one. Perhaps you could try and peek around the corners
On it.
undetected.
Where did he say go again? I wasn't really listening. I was looking at the ashes.
We need to find the basement.
I think he told us
Right.
it
He
was
said-
on the eastern side of the house.
He said Mother and Thavius were
Was this
having
not
a
us
meeting
heading west?
down there.
Oh shit, he's right. He's right.
Well, and I'll point kind of down here.
Oh shit.
Perhaps there's a way around.
All right, check this shit out, guys. I'm gonna start doing this really cool walk. That's like a thief walk, Jamie. It's gonna be really cool, really fancy.
You're doing the thief walk?
Do my thief walk. I look like this.
He's doing the
Look
female.
like 1920s creep. You know what I mean?
You doing
All right.
T-Rexing on him?
Like, yeah. Oh shit, there's a door right here. I'm so stupid. All right.
Did I just
What?
see him just walk into a door?
No, I did. No,
No,
I
he
went
walked
behind
to
the
a door.
door.
Oh, okay. There it is.
All right, Jamie, it's peak time. I want to do this stealthily without being seen.
Okay.
Can I do that?
You trying to open door slightly and just peek inside?
Yeah.
Sure. Make another stealth check for me. See if you can quietly do this.
My
Is
stealth
this
is
front?
+7.
Wow.
Ooh, 24, bitch.
Okay. So, taking a peek through that door, when you open it up slightly, it looks like another lit room. You can hear a fire kind of cackling at the other end of the room, more to the north. You don't really see too much. You see a couple tools, a bowl with some fruit on it, some cutlery. You get the idea this might be some sort of kitchen.
Is there any people there?
You don't see anybody.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna whisper to my friends. I'm gonna say, found the kitchen. There's no one there. You wanna go in here?
It did look like there was a door on the other side once you peeked in, though.
Oh yeah, there's another door, guys. Jamie said so.
Speaking of doors, Jamie, is this front door locked?
That is the door you guys came in, and
Yeah.
if you go to put your hand on the handle, it is currently unlocked.
I would like to lock this door.
Ooh, smart man. I don't
Okay.
think the guards have keys, guys.
How
Cool.
are you locking it?
I assume there's a lock mechanism, a bar or something. If there's not, then just say so.
There is not. There's a keyhole.
Oh, you know who's good at locks? Oh wait, no, I can't. My shit was broken.
Somebody messed up the kit. I'll just have to leave it.
Yeah, all right, I'm just gonna open the door because I'm assuming that they want to go in anyways. All right, gonna do my patented sneak walk again. As soon as I figure out why I can't move. Okay, there we go.
Okay. Let me tell you what you see once you step in here, Mr. Stab. So, what you got a glimpse of makes it more clear as you enter this room that this is indeed a kitchen, because pleasant aromas are filling this area, as it looks like food was being cooked very recently, but whoever was cooking it is now not here. You see pots, pans, cooking utensils dangling above 3 wooden preparation tables in the middle of the room. The shelves are lined with bowls, platters, herbs, spices, dried goods. It looks like a dumbwaiter a little bit to your northwest. That's what that little door is right there.
This thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like do you know what a dumbwaiter is?
Yeah, it's like an elevator for food.
Excellent. That is exactly what it is.
Thanks
And,
for yeah, Jamie. Yeah.
And there's a tiny bell next to it as well. You also see what looks like a Possibly a cat, just kind of laying on one of the tables.
Is it asleep?
No, it's just kind of looking at you. Okay.
Does it look like the people left in a hurry? Is there like unfinished chopping vegetables or something? Is there evidence that they ran because they were told to or something?
It does look like something was left in the middle of being done here.
I don't like this. Am I still the only one here?
Yeah, everyone else is standing in the main room.
Alright, I'm gonna go over here. Be like, guys, I think something scared everyone away. I don't know. They all just looked like they were left in a hurry.
Have the guards already been alerted to our presence?
I don't know, but they're not here.
Well, we haven't heard anything.
Should we press on? Also, there's a dumbwaiter. We can totally go down that. Be fun. Be like, guess what's for dinner? It's me.
I'm not going to be anyone's dinner today.
That was just a thought. I'm gonna go back in the kitchen. Since I can move.
Can you not move?
I can't move. Okay, now I can.
Maybe it's because Doya was in the way.
Was not in the way. I was on the other side of the store.
So many doors, man.
I'd like to go and just kind of point to. Is this the dumbwaiter here?
Yeah.
Yes.
What is this that I'm looking
Cat.
at?
Kitty cat.
Let me zoom it in for you. It looks like that.
That
Ew.
is hideous.
Looking closer, you can tell that this is
cat's
actually,
dead.
it's not just a normal cat, it is what's called a tressum, which is essentially a cat with wings.
Is it
I
sentient?
want to go up to it and just do that thing where it's like, oh, hey, hello, and then just try and be calm and pet it.
Okay. Make an animal handling check for me.
I'm
Aw, shit, it's gonna bite your ass.
better not bite my ass.
Oh, it's gonna bite your ass.
Don't you dare make that thing bite me.
Make it fart in his face.
So
Do it,
as you go to pet this thing, it's like you try to gently pet it, but you just kind of shove down on his head and start pushing back. And the
that's not
first
how you
pet,
do
it
it.
just kind of gets annoyed and hops off the table and starts walking around the room.
Oh, dude, it did the show me his butthole thing. I never was good with cats. All right, I'll leave it be.
I'm gonna start checking these doors whenever you're ready, Jamie.
The tressum starts going in between both of you, Elgin and Doyle. Just walking past like he doesn't
both
care.
of us?
Mhm.
Okay.
Did it just go through the door?
The door's still open. But yes,
Oh,
I'm gonna
okay.
take a peek out the window. It's locked. Windows are locked. Never mind.
Is this door securable, Jamie?
it looks like this door, yes. You would be able to lock it from this side.
I'd like to close this door at least.
Okay. Wait, are you locking it as well or just closing it?
Gentlemen, do we lock this door behind us? Or does that feel too much like sealing ourselves in?
I mean, I'd say so. If we come back the same way, we can just unlock it, right?
Good thinking.
I would hope so. And I will go ahead and lock it.
Okay, you flip the latch, and the door clicks.
Is this a door here as well?
Right after you lock it, too, you hear scratching on the other side.
Fucking cats.
And that is a door right next to you, Hayes.
I want
And-
to check out this door too.
Are these both doors as well?
Mm-hmm.
How do I scroll?
Control on an arrow.
I'll go up to Stab and I'll just say, we've got 3 doors. I'll leave the decision to you.
Let's do this one. I want to look at this
kind
one,
of
Jamie.
behind the table.
Oops, shit. I didn't mean to open it. I meant to, like, sneak open it, Jamie.
Okay, well, use your previous stealth check. I'll say you're still being sneaky. Peeking inside, you see more what looks to be supplies. Looks like a few food and drink on some shelves in a small room. You won't know more unless you open it, though.
Open.
Okay, and looking inside, you can tell that this room is it's a pantry.
Okay. Be like, it's a pantry, guys. What about this one, Jamie?
As he opens this one, I'd like to kind of kneel down behind the table a little bit.
Okay. Stab, when you go to open that door, what happens?
Huh?
Try to open the door. Or are you trying to look inside?
Oh, is it locked?
It is locked.
Oh. It's locked, guys. Damn, if only I had my keys.
I'll stand back up once I see you can't open it. Perhaps this is the door we are searching for, or we can check the southern one.
Let's look at the south one first. All right, Jamie.
We peeking in?
Yeah.
Okay, kind of peeking in this room. Just barely cracking the door, you could see a bed in the back corner, a little end table next to it, but nothing more. Until you open the door.
Does it sound like there's people in there?
Make a perception check for me.
Making me all these checks, mate.
Check.
Just tell me. There's so many checks. All right, there it is.
Doesn't sound like there's anyone there. You still hear the rain outside, but besides that, nothing else.
Nah. I'm gonna open it.
Okay, looking in this room, it is, you do indeed see that bed, that table, and a few more beds on the side, but no one else in here. This looks to be the servants' sleeping room.
I'm gonna go inside. Be like, I see there's more doors in here too. Shit.
To the south, it looks like there's windows that are currently sealed.
Oh, those are windows.
A door on the western wall.
I'm gonna start checking this wall. Checking this door.
Okay. Is everybody else just kind of waiting in the kitchen while Stab is going through these?
I will sort of look around and I'll say, Thirstwell, if you have any friends in here listening to us, what's behind this door? And I'll point to the locked one.
Okay. When you ask that out loud, nothing responds.
I'll just kind of casually walk back.
All right. Can I hear him say that?
I don't think you weren't saying it loudly. You're just kind of saying it in regular speaking voices. Nah, you're too far away, Stab.
Damn. Because if I just got an idea from what he said, so I don't want to act on it if I was influenced by something I did not hear. So I'm just going to do what I was going to do before and try to open this door and sneak behind it or see what's behind it.
Is there anything in this pantry that looks out of the ordinary or useful?
Just kind of glancing around at all the stuff here, not really. It looks like maybe you could get about 3 solid rations out of here, out of the stuff you could take to go, and it's just like crackers and breads that are a bit stale. A couple bottles of water.
I'll just grab kind of the best looking piece of bread I can find, and I'm just gonna take a bite out of it and just put it back on the table.
Okay. So you just take a piece of bread, take a bite out, put it back on the shelf.
I come back out. You guys find anything?
What's behind this door, Jamie?
Well, real quick, Rhea says to you, Hayes, no, just waiting for your more stealthy friend to see what he can find. He seems to be the best at moving quietly.
That is the thing he is best at. And
killing.
Takes some time, but let him do his thing, and hopefully we'll get through this with minimal scrapes and bruises.
Stab, kind of just peeking in this room. You see a door on the other side of the room, and you also see a pretty fancy-looking rug in the middle of the room, but nothing else with that opening.
Can I percept people with a perception check?
Are you trying to, like, listen?
I'm trying to, like, listen, man.
Okay, I'm gonna run off your last perception check again, then, and all you
I'm
hear
trying
still
to
is the
do
outside
something.
rain.
I'm going off taste.
It will take too long to do an individual check per room. So,
Okay,
as
fine.
of right now, you may enter the room, but you don't hear anything out of the ordinary.
I'm just gonna open it and just look.
All right, you open it up, and it looks like this is actually the kind of like the, I don't know what would they call this room? The foyer. I'm saying that
so
right?
there's a great staircase there. If there's a staircase there, then yeah.
There is no staircase in here, but I can tell you this. Apart from being the main entrance to this place, this room actually has 2 exits. There's a plaster shelf lined with ornate vases that circle the room at a height of 9 feet. Spread across the flagstone floor is a 10-foot wide, 15-foot long rug of exquisite design depicting a royal coronation. 2 tapestries hang on the walls depict a dragon flying over a ship and pilgrims on camels, respectively. And to top all that off, all this stuff looks super fancy to you, Stab.
Oh, so a lot of brazier stuff. Okay, cool.
Very profound.
Go back up
thing to
here.
say.
Profound, sir. How do I go through this door? There we go. Hey guys, found a really fancy place. Want to check it out with me? I'm kind of scared to be all alone. I'm just a tiny rogue.
I'll walk up with him.
All right, cool. You be my backup. When I give you the signal, come save my ass.
I'll do my best.
All right, cool.
I'll look back to Doya and Rhea and just kind of nod at them, and I'll follow Elgin.
Are we supposed to go east?
That's what I remember. I remember the word east being thrown around a little bit.
Shit. Actually, you know what? I think we should get through that door. Try to see what that door is.
Sometimes you have to work your way in the direction you want to go. It's not always a straight line.
Okay. But you want to try bashing that door? Oh.
Well, and I'll look back to Elgin just kind of standing there, and I'll say, if bash he must, then bash we will.
I got a crowbar. Never used that before. Pretty excited.
I'll bash a door in if need be. I think I actually may or may not have
Bashing proficiency? Of doors?
Yes. The kicking down. If I want to roll kicking down doors. That's what I'm gonna roll. Kicking down doors. No. In all seriousness, though. Yeah. I mean, if you want me to bash a door down, I'll bash that sumbitch in.
Let me try my crowbar first, because I never use that shit.
You gonna try to crowbar the door?
Crowbar this shit. How do I do that, Jamie? Using my crowbar.
You tell me how you'll do it. You see a door in front of you. It has a little keyhole. It is currently locked. It looks like you might be able to wedge it in on the side of the door, or even under it if you're trying to break the wood.
I'm going through the side, right where the little giblets are. You know, the door giblets.
Okay.
Where the knob is.
Door giblets.
You know what I'm talking about.
Make an athletics check for me.
Ooh, you chose a good one.
Not acrobatics, athletics. Oh, that was still good. Wow, that was actually the number. So, you jimmy your crowbar in right where this door, it looks like it's locked, and just start prying with all your might. The door slightly gives, and you give it a few more pushes until you hear the sound of just metal on wood scraping, and then a break as a piece of wood just juts out that was holding the lock in place, and the door opens towards you.
You look around and be like, Not bad, huh, guys?
You exerted a lot of force and don't look cool at all after doing this.
Oh, I'm gonna try to play it off anyways, but
Child, you've not lived an entirely honest life, have you?
Man, shut up. I'm gonna open this door.
That's very mean to say to Master Doyle.
That was mean to me. How dare he? I mean, I don't know if I can talk fancy and shit, but I know when I'm getting checked. All right, Jamie, I'm opening the door. Because after all that, oh, it's downstairs. This is where we go.
When you open this door, let me tell you what you see. So immediately, you can see a staircase, a brick-walled staircase that looks like it heads down, and also a barrel directly to the north. Just kind of looking closer at the barrel, it seems to be full of fresh water.
I think this is our ticket in, boys. And Rhea. I'm just gonna start walking in quietly. I just want to peer down the staircase. What's this like down there?
It's fairly dark. You can see a faint light the lower it goes. Just a second. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, it actually looks pretty freaking dark down there. There is a small glow about halfway down. It looks like maybe an individual candle, but past that, it's just darkness. For you, at least.
Oh, the closest one to me is Doya. So I'm gonna be like, yo, man, I'm sorry I called you stupid. Can you use your super freak eyes to look down there? I can't see so good in the dark.
Jesus.
My super freak eyes are elvish, thank you very much.
Oh, I know Elvish.
I should remember that, child. Do I see anything down this stairwell?
You do. You can see it descends about 15 feet down into what looks almost like a cellar floor. Very dark area. But you can see a whole bunch of boxes kind of stacked up right when you get towards the bottom.
You think we should go down?
I believe that if we're to see this through to the end, we must.
All right. What's loading?
Something's loading.
Yeah,
Oh,
something's loading.
preload the next map. Gotcha.
Oh yeah, he's getting ready. Oh, look at it.
We should probably.
Let's not go down there because Jamie loaded it. Let's make him load it for no reason.
I'd like to take a long rest.
Yes, I think we should take the time that it is loading to take a long rest.
If it takes longer than 8 minutes, then we get 8 hours of rest.
There you go. If I have to refresh more than once, I get a long rest.
I get some spell slots. When do I get more spell slots, Jamie? When do I get more spell slots?
As a rogue,
I put this in
you
the-
level up a bunch.
I put this in the chat, but Mike Schley makes some great fucking maps, man.
Wait, who's that?
Were you guys head down those stairs?
Yeah, I was gonna go.
I was actually gonna, before we go down, I was gonna actually say we should probably think about marching order.
Ah, I can't see so good, so can someone lead?
I would love to give that honor to our young paladin here.
I'll take the point. Yeah.
Perhaps
I call second,
Oh, right.
and I'm gonna kind of cling to him because like I can't see, so I'm gonna like hold his hand. I'm gonna like start touching his hand, and I'm gonna like see if he accepts me.
Whose hand are you touching?
Weird.
Oh,
I
Elgin's.
promise I won't. I promise I won't. I promise I won't.
I'm gonna. I'm going to keep my weapons held on to. I'm not letting go of my shield or my mace. I'm
just
gonna,
using him to see in the dark because he knows where he's going.
Yeah. But yes, you can hold onto my wrist.
That's what I'm doing something. I'm grabbing something.
Yeah.
I can't see in it's dark. I hope it's your hand and not anything else.
Okay.
I'm just hoping. It's just big.
Yeah.
And
I hope it is.
I hope you know what it is, man. You got the feeling of touch on your side.
Oh God. Anyway, I'm carrying on. I'm going down the stairs.
Okay.
It doesn't have a thing on it that I can see, so.
Yeah, there's no auto teleport for this one. But,
Okay.
I just wanted to confirm you guys were heading down. So it sounds like we're all heading down now. We have our marching order figured out, and make sure to stick with it.
Who was third? I know we got the lead.
We got the first
We
two.
got the second.
And then I kind of pushed Ray a third. And then it'd just be between me and you, Doya.
Who's better at long range?
You go first, Mr. Hayes. I believe my old bones will slow you down if you're stuck behind me.
Very well. And I'll look to Rhea and just kind of follow her.
Okay. Stab, you were second?
Yeah, I'm second.
Okay. So you start heading down these stairs. Not a very long trek. Again, it's like maybe 15 feet down. Elgin leading the way and heading down. Once you reach the basement landing, are you making room for your allies to come out, or are you stopping and surveying before anything else?
As before I take too many further steps, I am gonna kind of like hold my fist up like this.
Oh, I'm gonna stop then.
And I do want to kind of look around before we step any further out.
Sword fist or shield fist?
More like a shield fist, like more like a stop.
I don't know what that means.
More like if you are directly behind me, stop.
All right. Elgin, as you tell everyone to stop at the bottom of those steps and just kind of glance around and get your bearings about you, you can see that 4 stone pillars brace the 10-foot-high vaulted ceiling of this dry cellar, the walls of which are lined by a dozen barrels on wooden braces. Half the barrels have brass spigots tapped into them, and you can see 2 stacks of wooden crates, one in the middle of the room and another one by the south wall. It also looks like you could see a door to the east and a door to the west.
A door to the east and to the west?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna drop my fist and kind of make this gesture as I fan out from the stairs.
Okay, making room for everyone to come down? Okie doke. In that case, I'm going to transition us. Let's see what happens here.
Everyone roll initiative.
Make sure your token is selected. Roll initiative. Remember, if we have to reload more than once, we
Did it
get
load
long
for
rest. I'm not loaded in.
Oh, yep, Elgin's still on the other one.
Ooh, I have 5
there we
pushes
are.
healing.
Okay, you're here?
Okay.
Sweet. In that case, let's...
It's fucking dark. I can't see, dude.
That is correct. It is very
I can only see me.
dark. As you guys have entered the cellars. Also, you can hear dripping occasionally around you, implying that it is indeed still very wet and rainy outside. But yeah,
You guys think it'd be...
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say you can't see really at all right now, Stab.
I was gonna say, you guys think it'd be cool if I made a light?
I'll look around the room
Why not?
as he asks that and make sure that there's nothing in here, like looking back at us.
Perhaps make it on an object you can hide if necessary.
Okie dokie.
I want
Let's
to
see
check these barrels.
Okay. Hayes, you just kind of looking around the rooms and not anything specific, and Elgin, you're looking at those barrels?
Yeah, I mean, if I look and don't see anything, I'll kind of look down at this big crate in front of me.
Okay. Both of you make perception checks for me.
Jesus fucking Christ. 2 nat 1s in a row, and
Jesus.
equals 3.
Elgin,
Can I get some new dice?
kind of glancing at these barrels with the spigots on them, just kind of leaning close to them and give them a couple sniffs. You could tell what's what. A few of these seem to be full of fresh water, seem to be full of ale. Besides that, they just contain various liquids. Hayes, just glancing around the room, other than it being dark and your dark vision having to supply your light source right now, All you see is just barrels lying on the wall, a stack of unorganized
Found 'em.
crates that are pretty large and some smaller in front of you.
Found some boxes.
Nothing special here.
Jamie, I'm casting light on my glove.
On your gloves?
Yeah, just
Gray
one glove. Yeah.
Okay, let's give you some vision. As the room illuminates with a magical light.
Just the inside of it, Jamie. So when I close my hand and do this, it's gone.
Oh, it's clever. All right. That's 30 feet of a bright light radius, right? There you go. Can you see
Yeah,
that?
and then, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's pretty. It's a bunch of fucking cellars and shit. That's better. Oh shit, Ray, can you see in the dark? I don't know.
She looks to you and says, "Well, I can now."
Oh, cool. Just stick with me. All right, what did everyone see in these barrels? Is there anything in particular sticking out?
Sticking out of the barrels?
I don't know.
Has spigots. Looks like you could turn a
What-
little handle and liquid will come out.
What's it smell like?
Just getting close to the couple in front of you, most of them don't really have a scent.
I want to turn it a bit and kind of try to smell it and see what it is.
Okay. Looks like fresh water.
Hmm. I was hoping for something cooler.
Gold, liquid gold comes out of the barrel. Oh.
Fucking just like piss comes out. It's the same piss that was like me and Elgin just did upstairs. We
Magic.
somehow got it.
Can I listen at this door?
Yeah, go ahead and make a check for me.
Perception?
Mm-hmm. And tell me what you're listening for.
I'm listening for human-made noises, talking, walking, weapons being ready, that sort of thing.
You hear nothing of the sort.
It says Robbie when he does that. Should it say Doya?
It says Doya for me.
Really?
Yeah, same for me.
Damn, it said Robbie for me. And it says Pooh Brain for me.
Hmm.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. It says JD.
Oh, when he's pinging. Yeah, when you ping, it
Yeah.
says your actual player name.
That's because that's the name you gave us in the list. I think you could change that for us.
True, I might work on that.
That don't matter. What's in these crates?
Let's find out. What are you doing with the crates?
I'm just touching them, sniffing, see if there's any openings.
Okay. Yeah, there's a couple holes in these crates that you can kind of peek through. It's kind of hard to see with your light until you hold your glove a lot closer. It's like a little flashlight shining in. And you can see some assorted foodstuffs in here. A few loaves of bread, some wheels of cheese, and whatnot.
What'd you hear? What'd you hear in this door?
It's quiet, incredibly quiet. Either there's no one there, or they are incredibly stealthy.
Let me take a peekaroonie. Jamie, do you want me to roll again? My amazing fucking 20? Or should we go by my 20 roll?
What are you trying to do?
I want to peek just like last time. But man, it takes so long just to, just to roll again. Might as well use my 20. Right?
Cracking the door and looking inside, you could see immediately on the southern wall a bunch of bottles lined up. But without opening it further, you can't see anything. Also, Elgin, make another perception check for me, please.
Ooh.
Where's Elgin at?
He's hanging out by the barrels.
I can't even see him.
Got an 18.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good shit.
Checking out these barrels still, you don't you're kind of just messing with the spigots a little bit. You don't see anything out of the ordinary, but for a very brief moment, you're almost positive you heard just a small sound of just maybe it was something scraping, like a quick scratch from the pile of boxes behind you.
I'm gonna turn around, shield up, and mace drawn.
Does that make sound?
It does, and as soon as you do that, Elgin, Rhea actually turns around quickly and looks at you.
I want to look at him too. Be like, oh shit, we doing this? We doing this? Okay, I don't know what's going on, but I got my daggers here.
What is it?
I'm gonna hold my mace towards the boxes. I'm gonna kind of look at everybody else and just kind of, and kind of gesture at the boxes. When I approach them, I'm gonna, I guess, these look like fairly heavy boxes.
Yeah, a few look kind of larger, and then there's a few smaller ones stacked up around them.
I'm going to... Oh, man, how am I going to look through all this? You know what? Fuck it. Whatever's in there, come out now.
As soon as you say that, the box in front of you the lid flies off, as do two other lids, as a small, devilish-looking creature climbs out. But this one doesn't look like it's here to parlay. This one immediately opens its jaw and spreads its claws, lunging for you. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh shit, we're fighting porcupines.
Oh shit.
These look very familiar to that weird creature Emmerich had, which here's a close-up to it.
Ah, yes. Emmerich Vanthampur. Let's see.
Why the fuck my initiative sucks?
Yours is better than mine usually is.
Did you have your token selected? Oh, you didn't. Y'all didn't put yourselves in combat. Remember, you got to right-click your token and click the sword.
Oh god, that's right.
So there was no combat state.
Roll again then, or no?
I got till there was no active combat state.
Oh, that's because I didn't have one in. I could fix it. Hold on. Let me get them out of the way.
Spine devil. Yeah, they roll high. That one rolled a 19. Goddamn.
Update combatant. What initiative did you originally roll, Doyle?
17.1.
Okay, gotcha. What did you roll, Stab?
10.17.
13.
And A's with the 13.
Am I in the combat? Because I can't tell.
Yeah, at the top right corner, there's a little fist. It looks like it's doing this. If you click that, you can see the encounter at the top, at the right,
okay.
which I still got to do Rhea. Let's get her in there. Okay, we are going to do some fighting here. So, first up on the initiative here, we have Elgin. Elgin, you see one of these fiends that you obliterated in the past, and now you see three of them, one lunging right at your face. What would you like to do?
Well, the one that's directly in front of me is gonna catch this. And you know what? Let's do it this way. You know what? I'm gonna burn some inspiration.
Yeah, do it.
I'm inspired. I'm gonna cast my guiding bolt.
Ooh.
On this fucker.
All right.
And it looks like, well, should I even bother rolling the other one?
Let me look. I was set some stuff. Okay, so, good lord, that hits. Were you doing the one that was lunging at your face?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see what's up with this guy.
You could always go for the natural 20.
I mean, fuck it. I'll do it. Here, let me. Okay, so yeah, I'll take the 24.
Okay, so as this thing's charging right at you, you already had your mace held out, as it illuminates with this radiant energy and just blasts this thing right in the chest, sending it crashing into these boxes. It looks like you knocked the crap out of it, but it is not dead yet.
Oh shit, we can see health.
And you can hover for the health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in the box is kind of flailing as it gets its bearings about itself again. And now it's not lunging for you, but it looks very hurt, with a indention in its chest as well.
Good. Also, while we're here, as a bonus action, I'm gonna put Hunter's Mark on this guy.
Okay, so you put your Hunter's Mark on him, so now when you hit him with any damage you deal, it does the Hunter's Mark damage as well, right?
Right.
Okay, is that moving forward? It's not retroactive, is it?
Moving forward.
Gotcha. Okay, you've marked your prey, and it's probably going to meet its fate at your hands very soon, actually, based on what just happened. But is that the end of your turn?
That's the end of my turn.
All right, that's going to take us to one of these spined devils. Stab, the one that popped out the crate nearest to you, is going to turn to you and try to strike you. And this thing is also capable of multi-attacking. So he's going to come at you with a bite, and then these don't have forks, so he's going to use his tail spine. So here's the first attack. I don't believe an 8 hits you, right?
How would I know?
That's your AC. If your AC is higher than the number 8, then you were able to dodge all the way.
15.
Okay, that's way higher. So it tries to bite you, but you kind of sidestep immediately, and when you do, it's spinning in a circle trying to slap you with its tail spikes.
Oh shit!
What was your AC?
15.
It's 15. Okay, and you try to continue sidestepping, but just a few of these needles catch you right on your side, and that is going to do 5 damage to you.
Oh shit! That ain't shit. I could take a lot of hit now. Oops. Oh.
Which is actually, that's really, really low for what that could have done. So yeah, you just took a small cut. Not much, though, but it burned a little bit when it hit you.
Okay.
That's going to end its turn and take us to Doya.
I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20. And for a bonus action, I would like to cast Belay, and I'd like to swing and hit this thing. Shillelagh. Here's what, you come up with a pronunciation, and I'll try to stick to it.
Shillelagh.
I just think of that Tim and Eric thing, the Salome thing. Anyone remembers that? Salome? Nope. Whatever. Don't remember it. All right. So you're shillelaghing your quarterstaff, and you're going to take a swing at it, right?
Right. So I guess I need to do a spell attack.
No. You would just make a melee attack with your quarterstaff, and if it hits, it will add a shillelagh's worth of damage. Oh no. It's a D8 instead of whatever it was. Shillelagh.
Right.
Shillelagh.
Where is I guess it. Hold on. So I can use my spellcasting ability instead of my strength. So
okay.
That's a +6. So that's a what? 1d20 plus 6.
Yeah. And since Shillelagh already had damage attached to it, we'll go off that.
Shillelagh.
Ooh, yeah,
that hit.
Definitely hits as you take your magical quarterstaff now and just bash this thing across the face, knocking one of its sharp little teeth out of its mouth. Let's see, and you hit it for 8. Still kicking. These things look a little bit more durable than the past foes, but definitely did some good damage to it.
And I want to shout over to Elgin. Lovely friends you've found.
They won't be friends for long.
Actually going to bring us to another spined devil. This one, the one recovering in your face, Elgin, when it finally gets back up, it proceeds to lunge at you again with its teeth, trying to catch on to you. I think that hits.
Yes.
As it just clamps onto your shoulder, right between one of the plates and where your neck is, and starts biting down for 8 damage. It then releases a bit of blood coming out of your shoulder as well, and does a 180 trying to smack you with its tail. But fortunately, after that bite, you kind of went into a defensive stance, and it just scrapes against your shields. You can hear the spines just scratching across metal, and you're able to avoid the damage entirely there. That's going to be it for its turn. Hayes.
Move here. Move up a couple steps, and I'll just reach out my hand, form a piece of ice sharpened in my palm, and let it loose through this one here and cast Ice Knife at first level. So they need to make a dex save. Actually, hold on. So
that you stab, eating out of the bowl, noisy bastard.
So the main target is a 13 to hit.
Okay, and he has to make a dex save?
Does a 13 hit?
Oh, that's just an attack. A 13 barely hits the one in front of Elgin and Doya.
Okay. So he takes 5 piercing damage, and all 3 of them need to make a dex save.
Okay, as this ice pierces through him, you just see a bloodied hole left where once his flesh was. It looks like this thing is struggling to stay standing, and they're all going to make dex saves now, starting with the super wounded one. Let's see, here's that one's roll, which it critical succeeded.
Wow.
We'll go to the one to the left of him, which looks like failed, and the one above, which also looks like failed.
Yes. So the weak one will take no damage, extra damage. The other 2 will take 4 cold damage.
Okay. So the one up top's been hit for the first time. He looks a little cut. Just a few icicles just kind of cut him on his sides and his wings. The one on the left is looking, or the one right here is looking way hurt now. It looks like he's having trouble even maintaining balance on his box.
And I'll turn kind of back here and hide behind this pillar in a turn.
All right. That'll take us to Rhea, who will run up to the one near you, stab, and go for a 2-handed longsword swing. And as before, she's going to do it twice. So here comes our first one.
A20, thank you for the follow.
I think we'll definitely hit. Yeah, we'll hit this guy. For... Wow, all right. So she runs up to this one in the box, her longsword drawn, and just shoves it forward and skewers this thing right under its neck and pulls her blade out. This thing falls limp on the boxes and falls out of onto the floor in a bloody pile. She then proceeds to take her longsword and goes to stab the other one that's near you, Elgin.
Ooh. Nice one, Rhea.
Which I don't think will... Oh, no, that's the one that barely hits that one. And she takes her longsword and proceeds to do the same thing with this one. Almost like she's, after a huge battle, they go through and stab the bodies. The down bodies are still alive in the field. She's just pulling that to these spine devils as she runs this one through as well. It falls limp and stays inside of its box, which is filled with a bit of its blood now. That's going to be the end of her turn. Stab.
Hey.
Guess I should give these guys some death markers, huh? You're dead.
Yeah, you do that.
You're dead.
Ooh. All right. I'm going to yell, nice one. And I'm going to go over here and just try to slit its throat with my longsword. Not my longsword, my short sword. So...
All right, you do have an ally around it, so you'll get to take advantage of your sneak attack.
Boom. Give me that shit.
Yeah, that's a...
Give me that shit.
That's a crit.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So let's see. That's 7 piercing damage, 8 sneak attack damage, 4 piercing critical damage, and then 6 sneak attack crit. Good lord. So you run up to this thing, and you go to slit its throat, and you get a good chunk of it out. It looks like you didn't pierce all the way through, but you did a whole mess load of damage to this thing. It's barely standing still.
All right, bonus action. I'm gonna shank it with my dagger. Shit.
And then you just seeing nothing but success in front of you, you hastily go to stab with your dagger, and you run it through the box. It's kind of stuck there without putting pressure to pull it out.
What? All right, fine. Okay.
Is that the end of your turn?
That's the end of my turn.
All right. That'll actually take us to that stabbed, or yeah, almost stabbed spine devil that's in front of you, Stab. It's gonna use whatever strength it has left to try and retaliate with a bite and a tail spin. Which is, it leans forward to bite you. It seems it's just too weak to get all the way out there, but it will raise its tail and just quickly try to lash you. Which, this thing's so out of it right now, and he's just swinging air. You barely had to move to get out of the way of these strikes.
Yeah,
But
take
that's all
that.
it can do. On you, Elgin.
All right, I'm taking a. Would I have, because of where stab is? Would that count as flanking?
So we're not necessarily doing flanking. We're doing surrounding a target. So, for instance, right now, regardless of Stab's position, as long as it's within range of this creature that you're also within range, you would get a +1. And for every other ally around, you get another +1.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm taking a swing.
Okay.
Let's see. Does a 13 hit him?
A 13, well, technically a 14, will hit him.
Shit. There
You
you go.
take your mace and just swing it straight down on this small fiend's head and just bash his head down into his neck. Right when you do that, his arms just shoot to the side and just slump, and he stops moving completely.
We did it.
And I just shake my mace off, just flicking blood on the cellar floor.
Do these ones turn to ash too?
It looks like the first one that was killed is slowly turning to ash. The other ones haven't turned quite yet.
I'm just gonna touch it. I want to touch it and like feel it as it turns to ash, just out of curiosity.
Okay. Yeah, you there we go, clear combat. You kind of poke the body a bit, and it feels fleshy. Feels like kind of almost like a large bird as you push it in the way it's moving and whatnot. And then it slowly starts just disintegrating into that black ash, blood and all.
Ooh, what's it feel like? Is it dry sand?
It kind of, it feels like, if you put your hand in a pile of ash, very light, very lightweight.
Oh, that's right. Weird. Neat.
What do we got?
Good call on that shit. Hear anything else?
I'm gonna take one of my potions of healing and use that.
Okay, I think it's 2d4 plus 2 or plus 4, one of those.
Yeah, here we go. Ugh.
Oh, well, you drink it, and it must have been made from a bad batch. You only heal for 5.
Are you alright, child?
Gross. Just trying to conserve the good Lord Helm's works. I'm a bit tapped.
Perhaps you should try some more natural living, and I will cast Cure Wounds at first level on him.
How many times can you do that?
A few more.
Okay. I got
Thank you, Master Doyle.
So these boxes that these spine devils popped out of, they don't contain any food, but you can see a few candles in here, some oil flasks, incense, and a couple of rat traps.
These rat traps don't work, man.
Right?
Mm.
The oil flask, are they intact?
They are.
I might take some of those.
Yeah, how many are there?
About 3.
I guess everyone want to take. Oh, well, I guess Stab already seems to want to take one. Does anyone else want to take an oil flask.
I can get my fire other ways.
I just want one. I just want one. You can have the rest if no one else wants it.
I'll take the others.
Okay.
I wonder if our little adventure there has attracted any attention. I'd like to go back to that door I was at and see if I hear anything I didn't now.
Didn't I open that door?
No. You peeked in a
No?
door. Very
What did I
briefly.
speak in?
Let me see what you saw. Oh, you try. That's right. That was the one where you saw a few shelves with looks like cups and bottles on them.
Oh, I think I was confident enough to open it. So I'm gonna open it.
Okay. You definitely see shelves with bottles on them now, and also a stack of crates in the middle of the room. This whole
Is there a
room
door on
seems
the
to
other
be.
side? Oh, go ahead.
Say what?
Oh, go ahead. You were explaining it, and I was asking you to explain it.
Oh. It looks like there's a ton of wine in here. There has to be well over 100, maybe even 200 corked bottles of wine on display in these 7-foot-tall wooden racks that
Oh,
span the
hell yeah.
western and southern walls. Those crates in the middle seem to be the lids are off of them and whatnot. A couple of them look empty, just at a glance from where you are now.
I'm gonna go inside. Oops, I can't go. How'd I go? How'd you go inside?
Do it diagonal.
Ah. Where's the wine at?
All lined up on the walls, tons of it.
I'm just gonna grab like 2 big balls of wines, and I want to show it to my friends.
Okay.
I'm kind of curious about the boxes. Do these look like they've been tampered with recently? Like something's going to pop out of them?
I won't have you make a check for this. All these boxes seem to be empty. Just kind of looking them over. Stab. Roll a D200.
Fantastic.
And each bottle of wine will weigh 1 pound, by the way, when you add it to your inventory.
Okay, how do I do that?
Well, first roll the D200.
Right. Yes, of course.
Would this be like a check?
Yeah, it actually is a check.
Can I help him with it?
If you want to.
I'd like to cast guidance on him.
We'll say
You
this
can add a
helps as,
D4 to this.
Yeah, whatever you roll, just add a D4. Sure, that works for me.
Jamie, I don't know what I'm doing.
Type /roll space 1D200. And then whatever it is, we'll add 4 to it. Or a D4. Okay. Okay, even with the D4 then. So, just looking at all these bottles of wine, you quickly grab 2 of them and stow them away.
I don't want to stow them away. I want to hold them in my hands.
Okay, you hold them in your hands.
And I'm gonna look at the door and be like, for after.
An exceptionally fine year, young man. I think I was quite young when this one was done.
How old are you, man?
Old enough to know better to say.
But, oh shit, I can't move.
You have something else selected. You need to go back to click the person icon in the target thing. I see the red dot appearing on you. You have the targeting thing chosen and not the movement thing.
Is this it? Okay, I got it. Hey! Guys,
What
check
about?
this out. And I just have the wines in my hand.
What was that, Elgin?
Oh no, I wanted to take a look at this other door.
Okay, are you like trying to peek through it stealthily or open it up, or what are you trying to do?
I'll peek through stealthily, even though I get a disadvantage and stuff.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check for me.
Alright. Oh wait, it already had disadvantage selected. Never mind. I failed miserably because I rolled a nat 1.
Yeah, you grab the door handle and you kind of sigh and give a nod and say, I'm doing this one quiet. And then you shove the door open. But once you do, fortunately nothing on the other side ends up charging you. You can see what looks like a hallway or some tunnels. There's some smooth stone trenches cut into the floor that looks like it has water. That's where the water channel is, the sewage and whatnot.
Another underground sewage hole.
Seems to be par for the course.
What is it with these wretched Vanthampurs? And wading in shit water.
Because they're
Perhaps
all pieces of shit.
it does seem like it reflects their character.
I'll take the point. I'm
Alright.
gonna step through. And I'm gonna actually before the rest of the group follows me, and I'm gonna kind of once again I'm just gonna put my fist up to tell them to kind of wait a few seconds. I want to take a few steps in before I have anyone follow me. I'm gonna take it tile by tile, and you just tell me when I have gone too far.
I can tell you, even just coming this far, a couple things. First, you notice that dangling from the ceiling are light sources that are currently turned on. It looks to be maybe an oil lantern or an oil something, some light source dangling above you from an iron chain. And there's another one just a little bit ahead of you as well, above the waters. You also, when you open the door and step out here, you know that this is a sewer. This is because you see the water channels the way it's designed. This is for sure a sewer, but it kind of smells, of all the sewers you've been in, this one smells the nicest. It smells like a lot of incense.
Is he giving us the go ahead? Yeah, smell that lip.
looks like he's sniffing
It doesn't
around right
smell like shit.
It must be the wrong sewers then.
And I'm basically just gonna put my hand up like this and gesture for everyone to come through.
I'm right behind him.
All right, everyone starts to move through the door, but we're gonna take a quick 10-minute break before we proceed down this pleasant sewer. So
It smells like cologne. Leave it alone.
everybody, we're gonna go for like 10 minutes, get some drinks and whatnot. Don't go away, because we're about to do some more exploration and see what we see down here under the Vanthampur Villa, which surely, as seeing as the first thing to greet them was 3 fiends, probably more fun stuff down here. Probably.
I think that was probably it.
All right, y'all. We'll be right back. And we are back, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. We had a nice break. It's time to get back into the stuff. Most of us are back, at least. So, as a reminder, Elgin, you stepped out into that hallway. Smelled kind of nice. Kind of weird, but it smells kind of nice. It's also very well lit. It's like this area of the sewers is maintained a lot better than the previous sewers you've been had the joy of being a part of.
Okay. Well, I am going to continue my march forward. I want to be able to see what's going on down this passageway.
Okay. And you step out in the hallway, and looking north and south, you could see just those same iron chain lanterns hanging from the ceiling all the way north and all the way south, with a few crevices along the way.
Get all them crevices.
I'm back.
Low haze. They're heading out in the sewer area.
Is this a wall?
That is a wall.
Oh, okay.
Oh, down there. Looks like it could be an opening.
Why is it so dark there? What's it look like to me?
So if it looks dark, you can only see what's around your light source from your hands, and also the hanging lanterns.
I got you. It's just my little radius thing. I got you. Why is it extra short over here? And I could like see forever over here.
Because there's light sources lined all the way to the north, but to the south, it looks like there's a gap in the light sources.
Yeah. I would like to... Well, shit. Well, which way do we go? Left or right?
I look both ways and say, perhaps we stick to the lighted path. We know that the Vanthampurs are human. They can't see in the dark. Maybe they left us a little breadcrumb trail without even knowing it.
Okay. Then that's the way. This is the... Which way? We'll go this way.
And I'll follow them on kind of the opposite side of the hallway.
Okay, I'm pausing everybody real quick because of where Elgin's at. Elgin, I need you to make a perception check for me.
Oh no, you stepped in a landmine.
I probably did. 23.
Okay, and I'm going to do some off-screen checks as well real quick. Give me just a second. Here they are. Okay. Elgin, as you were walking closer to the north, you definitely heard a few sets of footsteps. And the moment you heard them, those footsteps also seem to have stopped.
Okay.
You also see the light kind of flickering a bit more around the corner.
Ooh.
And actually, before you free move, tell me what you want to do.
I would like to make an attempt to see if I can peek my head around the corner, but I'm not stealthy, so I'm gonna ask Stab to do it.
Do you get a turn and ask Stab to see if he'll try to sneak forward?
I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna point at Stab, and kind of gesture for him to come here. But I'm gonna also do this. I'm gonna make a little, sneaky.
Stab understands everything and more than what he told you, Jamie. So Stab is gonna hug this wall. Oh, I can't fucking. Let's pause. But I'm gonna do what he tells me.
Okay, so you crouch down and immediately start moving forward.
Right.
And I'll say, you're trying to get to the corner, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You make it to about right here until
You're
see...
me.
Yeah, I know I am. Because you see a head poke around the corner. He's carrying what looks to be a lantern in one hand, and it looks like some incense or smoke coming out of this other lantern he's holding. It's not an actual lantern, but and as soon as he sees you, he drops both and draws his dagger. We're going to initiative again. So let me put one in combat. There you go. Now you should be able to, everyone, roll your things.
Okay, going for it. Ew.
Yeah, that's about right.
Here's all the others. Okay, so Stab, as you're sneaking closer, and this one that's on alert looks around the corner and sees you, drops his tools he's carrying and unsheaths a dagger, and just states very briefly at you, "Anyone not with the cult means death," and he's moving in to stab you, but he can't do that quite yet because you rolled higher in initiative.
Hold on, Jamie. I want to know more about this alchemist fire.
Alchemist fire?
Yeah. What's 20 feet again?
Oh, that's right. 20 feet. Each one of these squares is 5 feet.
Oh, so it's definitely gonna get me no matter where I put it here. Okay, it's like a Molotov cocktail.
10.
So if I throw it, it like spreads out 20 feet, right?
Yes.
From the center.
This is a water source kind of in the middle. You guys are mainly stepping on the sides, but if you were to throw it at a wall or on the concrete there, I'd say it would explode and it'll go in a 20-foot radius.
Okay, so that's a no-no.
I mean, you can do it
All
if
right,
you want.
Well, no. Try. All right, I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to use my really, really cool hand flashlight to kind of shine it in his eyes while I go for a little stab with my little thing. Where is it? There we go. Boom.
Let's see what you rolled. That is going to hit. Let me check the damage on that. Because that's including your sneak attack, which you don't get right now, as you don't have advantage on the attack or an ally's not near. So while that'll hit, it will only deal 7 damage.
Lame. Whatever. I'm feeling pretty strong. Then I do this, and the dagger sucks dick.
All right, you go to stab him with your dagger, but he's able to get out of the way of your stab.
Okay. I feel like there's something I'm missing that I could do that I don't know that I can do, but I can't do. So I'm going to end my turn and regret it later.
Okay. That's going to bring us to the old fanatic that's actually in your face. He is going to hold his hand out to you and kind of point it at you. And, let's see, what's he going to do? He's going to say, "Disarm," as he casts Command. I need you to make a Wisdom savings throw. Wait, did it not go out? Why is it not linking?
I may... Oh. It's probably stupid to go out there by myself.
I think this is the first time I've ever casted a spell from an NPC, actually. I'm trying to figure out how to do it. How the heck do you guys do this? Oh, there it goes. Okay.
What's the DC?
I'm also trying to figure that out. If it doesn't say on the spell, I can just look at his attribute. Okay, I don't see it on the spell. So his save would be a 12.
Oh.
Lame.
Oh, and you rolled an 11. All right. So as soon as he says disarm, you feel compelled to follow suit, Stab, as you release both of your weapons into the water at your feet.
How shallow is the water?
You're not standing in it currently, so you don't know how deep, but being sewers and you being a part of sewers in the past, you can imagine it can't be more than hip deep at most.
Oh, man. All right, go ahead.
That's going to be the end of that guy's turn. Doya.
How aware are we of this noise? Are they loud enough that we know? Oh, back here where I am?
You would have heard a splash, and someone, a voice you're not familiar with, echo through the hallway, say, disarm.
Then I will look over to Rhea and say, "Come, child, we are needed." And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Come, my lady. Come, my lady. That's always the good.
What's the range on that? 30 feet. 5, 30, 15, 20, 25. We will go ahead and use the dash action to get up behind our paladin and hold our turn there.
Okay. That'll bring us to the other fanatic, which will round the corner, and seeing you on arm stab is going to try to do something about that.
Oh no!
As he puts his hand on your arm.
Y'all touchy, these guys.
These guys are very, very touchy. He's going to try to inflict wounds upon you.
Shit, that hits.
Which once he grabs you, these black streaks, it's almost like your veins just feel like your own blood's starting to poison you, as you are going to take 11 damage, necrotic damage.
Gross.
Hey, let's go of your arm.
Hey, let's go.
He'll then place his hand on his friend next to him and use a bonus action to cast Shield of Faith, giving a small shimmer around his ally, increasing his armor a bit. That's gonna be the end of his turn. Elgin.
Yes. Shit. The one who is already damaged. I'm gonna cast Toll of the Dead on him.
All right.
Yes. He's gonna have to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. He will make a Wisdom savings throw here. There it is. Saving. He critically failed.
Okay. So he's gonna take 5 necrotic damage himself.
Okay, here's a bell very loud in his head ring. You see him kind of reach for his head for a moment, but just quickly regain his composure. He takes 5 damage.
And I'm gonna use the rest of my action to shit. Let's see. I'm gonna run up to same said guy, and I won't be able to do anything for stab just yet, but I'm getting in close so I can maybe hopefully heal him on the next round. That'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. In that case, we're going to Hayes.
As Elgin was running up, I'll kind of reach out my hand, kind of water forming into ice forms in my palm, and I will reach out through the weave and attempt to form frostbite on this cultist. He needs to make a Constitution save.
Okay, the one in front of Elgin?
The one in front of Elgin.
Alright, he is making his save.
He
got a 9.
failed. On a con save of 15.
Ooh.
So he will take 4 cold damage.
Take that.
And he has disadvantage on his next attack roll before the end of his next turn from the frostbite.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they put glasses to my face.
His arms start to shiver a bit as this coldness just starts to envelop him. He's having trouble staying still right now, and they'll definitely hinder any of his melee attacking capability.
And I'll just kind of melt the ice that is in my palms. Just stand at the ready. End of turn.
All right, that'll take us to Rhea, who's bringing up the rear. She will walk out around the corner. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20. Hop around you. 25, 30. And let's see, has Rhea been carrying a bow this whole time? Let's check what she's got. The answer is yes. You guys may not have noticed, but she actually had a heavy crossbow on her back with bolts as well. As she unsheaths it, thinks about it for a second, kind of grits her teeth and puts it down as she sees taking a shot right now has too much risk of hitting her allies. Gonna try to get closer next time.
Dun.
It's gonna bring us back to the top. Stab.
That's me. Okay. Okay. Quick noob question. Can I do a third action with my cunning action to get away?
Your cunning action, yes. You could use your cunning action to disengage.
Well, it's a bonus action, so it's not a third action.
Okay, if it's a bonus action, yeah, you would use your bonus action to do that. It means you can't do an offhand stab, but you can still do your main hand slash.
Okay, so I have to choose from the second strike and to disengage and move away.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna go this guy right here. I'm gonna stab him with my main hand, my bread and butter. There we go.
Well, you don't have your weapons in your.
Oh, it sucks.
That is a crit fail, but you don't have your weapons in your hands currently.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They're both in the water. You can't see them.
Unarmed.
Oh shit. Did I just waste a roll or what?
No.
What's
You
going
wouldn't
on
have even been able to swing like that. You could still make an attack with your hands, or you could try to
there?
grab and choke this man. There's other ways.
We're gonna be like, oh shit, and so I'm going to back up and disengage right here, and just take out my bow, man. Let's do some fucking bow shit, man.
All right.
So if I were to get this guy, I have a clear shot, right?
Yeah, you would be able to avoid Elgin with your arrow. Yeah.
All right, cool. Blam. Do I drop that in the water too? Maybe. Hold on. You know what? No. I don't know if I'll. Hold on, before it. Okay, hold on.
Uh-huh.
Boom. Let's do that again. I'm feeling lucky.
How are you gonna? Or you have something to? Oh, you're gonna use your lucky.
Oh, look, use a lucky.
Oh, that's a good idea. It's a very good idea.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, guys, that 6 didn't happen. That didn't happen.
So you go to fire your bow, and as you're about to let go, you can feel the bow just kind of. You made a wobbly shot, like you didn't have a good grip on it. It was about to go in the water, but as it's twisting, you're able to fire your arrow and hold on to your bow without it slipping your grasp, and this arrow just sinks directly into this guy's neck. Right past Elgin. And Elgin, you see an arrow just go through this man's neck as he starts gagging and coughing.
Oh, shit.
Until he falls into his knees, holding at his throat in front of you, and then hits the ground and stops moving.
I got him, buddy. It's like the most wholesome one after he's like gagging to death.
Dude, hell yeah. Like, that literally went from shit to sugar.
Oh, yeah.
He turned that around completely.
All right, with that, I can't do anything else.
All right. Our dead friend no longer gets a turn, so that'll take us to Doya.
Doya, having been impressed by watching Stab almost shoot straight into the water and then somehow miraculously save his shot, it's going to go impressive shot, and cast Healing Word on him as a bonus action.
Yay!
Okay.
But pardon me, and I will walk around him, and I wish to swing my quarterstaff at this guy as just a straight quarterstaff.
So I heal 7?
Yeah, you heal for 7.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Were you swinging with one hand or two? I'm
One
saying
hand.
2 hands. Oh, you were doing one hand? Okay.
Yeah, I've got objects in my other, so it's one-handed.
So you run up to him with your quarterstaff, and you just do a hard swipe across his face. It just slaps the crap out of him for 4 damage.
And I will end my turn.
All right. I think that'll bring us to actually him, the man you slapped, who will respond with. Let's see, what's he gonna do? He's probably gonna try for another inflict wounds as he reaches out and tries to press his hand upon you, Doya. Let's see if he's able to do it.
No.
As he reaches for you, he lunges like he's trying to push on your chest, and you just do one of those quick little side steps as he falls in front of you and actually down into the water, face first. He gets up quickly. He's kind of like on his hands and knees, and he takes a deep breath. He did not expect a mouthful of sewage water, but he is considered prone at the moment. Elgin.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, you're up, buddy.
Oh, I thought you sounded like there was something like I was waiting for the next part. I was like, "Where's?" I was like, "Okay, the rest of it."
Water in your eyes.
So since old boy is laying on the ground, he said he is prone.
He is considered prone right now.
I like them when they're prone.
Yeah, you do, big guy.
So I'm just gonna step up, casual like, kind of twirling the mace,
This kill.
and do I get anything special for him being prone?
You do. You would get straight advantage.
Straight advantage. Ooh,
Advantage +1 actually, because Doya's right there too.
Ooh. I like it when you talk dirty to me. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and we're gonna give him a little strikey strike with the Heaven's Fall mace, and we're gonna roll again for the advantage. Ooh,
Okay, that will
yeah.
definitely hit. Your advantage swing will. For 12 damage, as he's trying to get up on his back, you just bring your mace down onto his back. It pushes him down the water a bit as he lets out a yell of pain. Definitely still alive, but hurting pretty bad.
Okay. And just to send the point home to him, I'm gonna shift behind him.
Yeah. Get his ass.
And I'm gonna let him know. You sure you want to keep doing this?
What's he say, Janie?
He coughs up a bit of water and just says, "All who intrude must die."
Aww.
I was hoping you'd say that. And then, yes, into my turn.
Bring down the hammer.
Hayes.
I will move up a bit and just kind of reach out my hand and attempt to cast a Ray of Frost. And it's a 17 to hit for 4 damage.
That will hit as he's just laying there, or not laying, but he's like half gotten up out of this water. He's just getting hammered in the back, smacked across the face, and now a beam of ice just lands on like right between his neck and shoulder, just starts pressing him down as you see him start to shake and just yell out in pain again, trying to get up.
End of turn. As I'm just kind of walking, just Terminator style.
Just slow walking, point your hand forward, ice.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. I'm sick of these fucking Vanthampers.
Dude, he's about to get office spaced.
That'll bring us to Rhea, who...
We just need the rights to the music.
Yeah, that's all we need.
Rhea steps over this dead fanatic's body, and seeing another wounded target, goes to take advantage of the situation and raises her long sword with 2 hands, prepared to strike twice. They're pretty good at this. This time she overestimates her swing and swings a little high. This time she's going to try to come straight down onto him, though, and does so easily. That is going to be... Yep. So when she comes straight down, she doesn't decapitate him from the way he's positioned, but splits his head in 2, which his body immediately goes limp and into the water.
Love
Way to go, killer.
And that, again, is going to remove us from combat.
I'm gonna turn to look at Rhea and just kind of give her a approving nod.
As she looks over at you and lets out a few deep breaths and just, yes, I'm glad my sword arm's coming in handy.
You were a little early on the first swing, but the second one fell true. You did a fine job.
She smiles and nods at you.
Where are my weapons at, Jane?
They're currently in the doo-doo water, if you'd like to retrieve them.
And be like, I can't believe I fucking dropped it here. I'm gonna flutter it, and I'm gonna like pick up my doo-doo weapons, which now have +3 poison damage.
I'll pick up one of his weapons and hand it to him.
Right, so
thanks,
both
man.
of you are getting in the stink water to get them?
And I'll reach down, I'll grab one of his weapons and hand it to him. And when I put it in his hand, I'll place my hand on his matching bracelet that I have with him. And I'll just give it a couple little taps and smile
Jimmy,
at him.
At that moment, I'm going to cast light on the bracelets. They're going to twinkle.
Right
Just
when
twinkle.
he pats them, they light up with friendship.
With the color of friendship.
Okay. Your light is removed from your glove and now is on your bracelet directly after Hayes tapped it.
Oh shit! And then it goes back to my glove.
And then you take the light off the bracelet and go back to your glove. Okay.
Thanks, buddy. Do I have my weapons back?
You do. They are very smelly, mixed in with the incense around you, as are you and Hayes a bit for reaching in there.
I appreciate it.
What's up with these cultists? Do they have any? Can we check these guys, see if they have anything on them that might be of use?
You can. Checking out what they have, you see that both of them were wielding daggers, and they're wearing not really any identifying markers of what type of cult they could be from. Seems to be just a red robe, both of them. But there's nothing in the pockets or anything.
Have the robes been damaged?
Oh.
Let's see. One got shot through the neck, one got bashed in the face. Y'all didn't really hit them any time on the chest or sides or anything, so the robes are mostly undamaged, albeit a bit bloody now and stained.
I have an idea. Let's take the robes. We've got 2 dead ones. Let's take their robes. Maybe we can make some use of it. Maybe a disguise. They had incense burners, right? Maybe if we carry these, maybe have 2 walk ahead, we might be able to sneak through this shithole.
How well do these robes fit any of us? Because Elgin's a big guy.
Oh, I'm not wearing them.
Okay.
And Elgin is not sneaky.
I want one.
I'll put one on.
Dibs.
They look like they would fit you pretty well, Stab. They look like they'd fit you based on your size as well, Hayes, but you would have problems with the tail.
Just wrap it around my leg like I do everything else.
Yeah, you could do that.
Wrap it around my waist, dog, like a stand. Know what I'm saying?
You guys derobe these fanatics, and you put on their coats, which again have a bit of bloodstains in the neck area around both of them, the way these men were killed.
Jamie, are their daggers cooler than mine?
Say what?
Are their daggers cooler than mine?
They're a little curved and jagged, but they look like they'd just be as effective as yours.
Lame. I don't care.
No, anyone have prestidigitation?
Those Colt robes would
joke.
be 1 pound each, by the way. If you're adding them to your inventory, make sure they say fanatic robes.
Huh?
I'll fucking
Jamie, I couldn't even add 2 bottles of wine to my shit. I was looking for it.
Okay, just then make sure you're tracking your weight. I'll check it out after the game. And it still smells like fanatic robes. It still smells like incense around here. One of them's burning at the feet of Rhea. The other one's burning near Doya, dropped on the ground, as well as 2 lanterns.
You says 1 pound?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't find it.
Very light robes.
I'll put the robe on, and I'll also kind of like. Are these like, when you say robes, are these like pretty loose fitting robes, or are they like? Are we talking monk robes? Like, what kind of robes are we talking here?
It almost looks like one big piece you would a drape you would slide over yourself with just a hood. I don't want to say like a really, really long poncho, but there's no opening in the front.
Long poncho.
But yeah, it essentially covers almost your whole body down to your ankles.
And it's pretty loose.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I feel pretty confident I can hide my tail if I need to in this then. And,
what was this over here? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'll reach down and I'm just gonna grab one of their daggers and put it in my waistband to the side just to complete the look.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at him and steal what he's doing.
You find another dagger on the ground and attach it to the side of your robes.
So I'm gonna act like I know what I'm doing when it's clearly like a child cheating on a math test. It's like, you know, look like that.
I'll kind of move up a bit. I'll look down the hall there, just kind of see a dead end, and then I can see a couple doorways ahead of us, and I'll turn back and look to the rest of the group. Elgin, Doya, we've got a couple of options up ahead.
What about the light path?
It seems to follow that.
That makes us tougher.
These bodies, do they float in this water?
I guess, yeah, they would. If one's face down in the water, it's a head split in twain. It would be floating in the sewage water right now.
Is there a flow to this water? Like, is it going to be like floating downstream somewhere at this point?
Actually, no. It's not really flowing that much at all.
Oh, it's stagnant water.
Yeah. Let me ask a question then. Wind flow. Is there any sense of wind down here? Like any airflow, like we tell? Yeah.
It's very, very faint. Maybe through the cracks in the wall here and there, you could feel just a light breeze, but nothing like, you don't actually feel any small gusts of wind or anything like that in the area. In fact, you can't really smell the sewage too much. It's a little more pungent when you're near Stabber Hayes now, but you can just look up and see in this arched ceiling of these sewers, there's just it's like a haze of smoky fog all around you, or above you.
Okay.
How tall are these sewers?
I think they were 8 feet vaulted. Let me double check that.
I say we check the door up ahead. There's always something to hide behind a door.
Oh, and the trenches were 3 feet deep, specifically, since y'all jumped in there and found that out.
Well then, check it we shall.
It looks like about 8 feet, Doya.
Thank you.
And I'll put my hand on Stab's shoulder, and I'll say, we maybe should have gotten their names.
I'll just be Colt 1, you'll be Colt 2.
It
makes sense. They'll know.
I mean, worst case scenario, we just go in and start blasting, yeah?
Sounds good to me, buddy.
Time-honored tradition.
Wait, what was that, Doya?
I said a time-honored tradition.
Why change now?
All right, I'm gonna open the door.
Los pollos hermanos, bitches.
What's in here, Jamie?
When you open the door to this room, inside, immediately when you open it, it feels very cold. There's a burst of cold air just slams into your face. Almost freezing, but not enough to hurt you. What you see hanging in this room specifically are quite a few animal carcasses and a bit of fresh meat. In the middle of the room is a 10-foot high ceiling and 6 3-foot long chains, each ending in a hook. You can see flayed boar carcasses hang from about 4 of the hooks, and the other 2 hooks remain bare.
Oh, it's like a meat locker. It's cold in there. I don't want to go in there. Oops, I can't move.
Oh, it's paused.
There you go.
Robbie. Oh, go ahead.
What do you see?
I was like, what did you see?
Oh, I was like, oh, looks like a meat locker. I don't want to go in there. It's cold.
He just
Basically
walks
the same
off.
thing I said. Fuck it. It's
Not
cold.
too cold, man.
I'll close the door. I'll just trust him.
All right.
Okay. And I'll just kind of walk side by side with him to the next door.
Oh shit, maybe I should have looked, but whatever. I trust my. I don't want this. There's like something going on here. What is this?
It's another recess off the side of the sewer. It looks like it's just kind of an indentation in the wall, but there doesn't seem to be anything in it. You see maybe a rat scurry quickly as soon as you approach Hayes into the wall.
So it looks uninteresting.
Looks empty. It could be a very interesting empty space, though. You could meditate in it. You could feel the stone walls, the curvature of them. Maybe spend some time studying here. Uninteresting is a bad word.
If I look around, what's in it?
Absolutely
like
nothing. Stone walls.
Loose earth in there? Okay. What are you laughing at, Robin?
I laugh because I can.
Hmm?
Describe these stones for us, Jamie. What type are they?
They seem to be, I don't know if flagstone's the right term to use. It actually is kind of carved quite smooth. Where you're stepping, it's like these sewers were just with the incense and how it smells nice and it actually looks nice for a sewer. Like this has been converted into something else completely than what a sewer was. And passing a few of those hallways you've passed where you look down and it looks like the path ends. It looks like those areas were completely flat on those walls, as if that used to be more sewers that just got sectioned off.
You gonna open that door?
I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna put my ear up to it first.
Okay, make a perception check for me. Let's see what you hear.
Probably nothing.
Okay, listening into this room, or just putting your ear on the door, you really can't hear anything. You hear a few water droplets around you, likely seeping in from the cracks in the ceiling. But other than that, nothing else.
I see the hell out of that.
And I'll just walk in. I'll walk in like I belong here.
Same.
Walking in, this looks to be like a dining room. You could see 2 wooden trestle tables with benches stand in the middle of the room. It's brightly lit by 6 tall wrought iron candlesticks spaced along the walls. Each candlestick is about 6 feet high and has 9 lit candles at the top.
This place is fucking huge. Why is there no one here?
And as you open the door at the other end, you could see this kind of looks like a kitchen.
I'll just kind of walk through the kitchen, and I'll go down here and I'll open this door and walk out and look back to Doya and Elgin. Hands up.
Okay. All right.
Got a door right here.
Yeah, and then I'll just kind of point to the next door.
I'm gonna listen too.
Okay, listen to the door. Make a perception check for me, Steb.
Actually, I want to sneakily open it. Would that do stealth if I did that? And peek.
You're gonna make a stealth check to try to peek inside?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, if you want to do that instead, make a stealth check.
Better odds with that.
All right. So you slowly open. This is a double door, actually. One of the doors, and peek inside. And just hastily peeking, just real quick, you see what looks like a man, maybe about 20 feet down in the room, prone on his hands and knees with his head down. The moment you see that, you quickly shut that door.
Dude, there's a man there. He's like praying to somebody.
Dressed like you guys?
What was he wearing, Jamie?
He looked to have cultist attire, but it was not what you were wearing.
What color was it?
Blackish gray.
What am I wearing? What color is that?
Red. Robed.
I don't know, man. He's like a black belt with Colts, and I'm just like a red belt.
I'll go pray with him.
I don't know, man. We got different clothing. You might not be high enough level to go in there. But here, I'll get the door for you. You want to go in there? I got your back if we do. We'll just do the same thing he's doing to the sides of them. And if you try some shit. You said yeah?
Yes.
All right, let's go. Oh, there's 4.
Okay.
God damn.
You open the door up, and looking inside, you can see 4 men in kind of a prayer position, just kneeling down towards the end of the room. And also at the end of the room, what looks like some sort of devil holding their arms up to this statue. As soon as that door is open, the prone men kind of look behind them, and this devil turns and looks towards the door and sees you standing there, Stab. And once he sees you, he points out at you and says,
You're not supposed to be here. You're supposed to spread the incense. Be gone.
Oh, sorry, man.
I'll look at Stab from like the side of the door and just shake my head like, yep.
Oh, my bad, dude. And I'm just gonna go like yee with the incense and just close the door and get like, nope, I'm not fucking with Devil Man over there.
all right, you shut
Did
the door.
You see that shit?
Nothing seems
I'll walk over.
Was I the only one that saw that shit?
I'll walk. I kind of saw part of it. I'll say that is a very dangerous room.
Oh, and let me know if y'all can see this. Since you were looking right at it, this is what was talking to you.
Oh, fuck that thing.
Damn. Oh, these devils.
There's a devil man in there, man. He yelled at me. It's crazy.
Oh, I heard him. That may be where we end up having to go, but perhaps we finish spreading the incense.
Let's do that. Fuck that. Oops.
And I'll just as we're walking, I'll just kind of mutter out some like ba bee blah blah blah.
I'm gonna try to copy ba, but it's like not in sync because he always talks first.
Ba bee blah.
Jamie, just since now I'm in the back still, I'd like to make sure nobody follows us out of that room as we move.
All right, real quick, make a perception check for me.
Blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
Am I-
You guys can keep
Oh.
moving, but I'll say you're keeping an eye on the door, Doya. But as of right now, nothing's coming out.
Thank you.
All right, which way? Which way?
I think, Brother Cactus, we need to spread the incense all the way down to the end of the tunnel.
Right.
Jom blah. I'll just keep muttering shit, and then when I come to this door, I'm just gonna open it.
What's in it?
As soon as you open that door, let's take a look and see what we see in here. Where is it?
I do like that you can kind of pause it.
Okay.
Hey, nobody moving.
Yeah, I like that a lot too. Looking into this room, there are wrought iron candlesticks topped with flickering candles lighting that room, which is heated by a cast iron stove with clawed feet. Across from the cackling stove is a modest desk with a matching chair. Other furnishings include a small table, chair for dining, a bed, an iron chest resting at the foot of the bed, 2 tapestries, one showing spirits rising as lemure devils from the river Styx, and another depicting a dead man dangling like a marionette from hooked chains.
I'll turn back and look and say, "This room needs much incense, brother."
Right on.
Gee ja ja. I'll walk in just swinging the incense around. And I'm gonna my first stop is gonna be the desk here, and I just want to see if there's anything interesting on it.
Mine's the chest.
Okay, the desk seems fairly mundane. There's some parchment there. There's nothing really written on it. Some ink, a quill for said ink. Really not a lot going on at the desk.
What's in the chest, Jamie?
Okay, you walk up the chest and you open it up?
Yep.
Okay. You open the chest, and inside you can see a holy symbol. Are you a religious man at all, Stab?
Nope. But I know
Okay.
someone who is.
You see what looks to be some sort of holy symbol in there.
I'm gonna pick
Shaped
it up.
like a right-handed gauntlet at the end of a silver chain.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pick it up and be like, "What the fuck is this? You guys know what this is?"
Rhea will walk up and take a look at the chest and kind of look at it a bit puzzled and say, this is, it's a holy symbol of Torm. But here, and she reaches down and picks it up and kind of looks at it closer. And she then looks to you, Stab, and says, Avius wore the same all the time.
You think this is his room?
And she hands the necklace to you and kind of just looks around and says, if I were to have a room in the sewers and I were a man of his status, I guess it couldn't get much better than this?
Where's the man being hung at?
It's one of the tapestries up here specifically.
I'll walk right over to that next because I just want to stare at that shit and give it a good stare.
All right, what's everybody else doing?
I'm just gonna sit in the chair and rest the dogs for a little bit.
I'm just gonna kind of lean back against the doorway.
Okay. Stab, looking at that tapestry, it very strange, very unpleasant tapestry. But what are you looking for specifically with it? You just checking it out?
I'm just checking it out, and I want to touch it with my naked hand.
Okay, man, you touch it and it, flutters a little bit.
Is there beans inside of it, Jamie? Should I open it up?
You can pull it aside if you want, see if anything's behind it.
You said it's human tapestry?
No, it is not human tapestry. It is a cloth tapestry with designs on them. The one you're looking at has a dead man dangling from a marionette from hooked chains.
Oh, that's a
embroidered on it.
design. Oh, I'm so stupid. I thought it was like an actual dead man just hanging there.
No, nothing
Never
that
mind
crazy.
that. And I do not give a shit. What's over here?
Do any of these tapestries seem to have a religious meaning?
The one on the left, showing the spirits rising as Lemure devils from the River Styx, doesn't really have a spiritual meaning, but you know it relates to the origination of devils themselves. You know that you've read stories about how the first devils were born of the River Styx and crawled from forth and whatnot. So while not religious, you know this may depict like history as told in books. The other design seems to be just poor taste at best.
So I can't discern any history or religion from either of these?
Beyond what I've told you, there's not much more to them. Stab
How
also...
comfy is this?
Say what?
Oh, sorry. I was going to also ask, how comfy is this bed?
Pushing on it, actually feels fairly comfortable. Seems to be a feathered bed and has a lot of feathers in it.
I'm going to go ahead and sit down on it.
All right. Stab, you are in front of a currently fired up stovetop. It's fairly warm over here.
Why is it warm?
Because it's on. It's running.
Ah, is that just how things work? They just don't turn it off and it's always warm? Or does that mean like someone was here recently?
Probably means some sort of implication.
Oh, okay. Guys, this thing is still on. He might have just left recently. Maybe he'll be back to put something on it.
Could he have been one of the men in that prayer room you just saw?
I don't know, man. But they forgot their little necklace. I'm just gonna dangle it out.
Okay, and Stab dangles out a holy symbol, which Elgin, you recognize immediately to be a holy symbol of Torm. Hayes, if you had religious studies, which I think you do, being a learned reader, you would recognize that as well.
Okay.
Does Doya recognize it?
What did I recognize?
I would have Doya make a religion check if he wants to recognize it. But you recognize a symbol of Torm dangling from Stab's hand. And Doya, you know that's a holy symbol of those who serve some sort of more good or righteous faith, but you're not sure specifically which one unless someone says it. The room goes dead silent as everyone
Taking
just
notes, DM.
stares at you, Stab, holding this
Making
necklace.
notes.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Oh,
I hope that the wearer of this was parted with it without their consent, because otherwise it does not bode well for your friend, Rhea.
She just kind of looks at you for a moment, then back to Stab, holding it and sighs
I'm
and
gonna put it
says,
away. I'm just gonna keep it.
I truly don't know what to expect down here. Why would Thavius be at a place like this and seek refuge at a place like this? It just... I hope for the best, but I expect the worst.
Rhea, and at this point, I'm just kind of leaning back in the chair, almost against the wall. I'll just say, at this point, my friend, your optimistic outlooks are running slim.
We
Best prepare yourself.
always have to hold on to hope, though, right? Without hope, what do we have without faith?
You have yourself, and your wit, and your drive to keep on going. That's what I had to do. I learned that at a very young age.
I hope that it will be enough.
Me too. And I'll sit back up in the chair, and I'll walk back towards the door, towards Elgin.
You guys ready to get out of here?
This room smells
you
real
feeling?
nice now, by the way, thanks to you two.
Yay! I think this place has enough incense.
I'll look at Elgin and put my hand on his shoulder, the one that's not carrying incense. And how are you?
I'm ready to be rid of these Vanthampurs is what I'm ready for. That. And I'm tired of these sewers already.
As am I, but we have to do this the right way. We need to find... If we just slaughter everybody, which is well within our right and our ability, we walk out of here with no more knowledge than we came in here with.
That's true.
We need to find... We need to find out what's going on down here. And then the bloodbath ensues. And I'll just kind of sway my little incense thing in his face a little bit.
Well, at least we have these. Doesn't smell like complete shit down here.
Well, just close your eyes and imagine, because it sure looks the part. And I'll walk back into the hallway. And as soon as I walk back out here, I'll go back into my Ashaba Liba devil stuff.
Make a performance check for me. Let's see how that see how that works out moving forward. Okay.
11.
Well, we can run with that.
What's in here, Jamie?
That's with a +5, by the way. Just FYI. I don't know what it is with tabletop or virtual tabletops, but I can't roll higher than a 10 on my regular die.
What do you want to do there, Stab?
Sneaky look.
Sneaky look?
Yeah.
Okay, make a stealth check for me.
Again, don't you want to use my 20?
It's been a while. We got to refresh.
I vote for his 20.
Wow.
Oh no, let's go 27.
How about the natural 20?
That is.
That is so sneaky.
Let me hear how you respond to hearing how lucky this is. You lightly crack the door, just a hasteful like it doesn't make a sound. And looking inside, you see a multitude of cultists in beds. A few just kind of socializing, a few sitting on their beds, seem to be resting at the moment. You at least, just from that brief look, you counted at least maybe 6, maybe 7. But within that second, you quickly just and shut it back.
I'm gonna look back at everyone and be like, we gotta keep moving. I think we found the nest.
Cultist nest.
There must have been like 20 of them.
I will... Once we start moving, I'm going to do something.
Alright, well, I'm ready to, explore more.
Okay. I'll walk up to the door, and I'll reach under... What was that? I will reach underneath... underneath my robe, into my pouch, into my bag, where I have 1,000 ball bearings.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna pull out we're gonna call it 20. And I'm just going to put them under the water, right outside the door, just on the floor.
So if it's on the floor outside the door, it wouldn't be underwater. It'd be on the ledge, which
Then
is what y'all are walking
on the ledge.
Okay.
Home Alone style, baby.
You place some ball bearings outside the door in preparation, just in case anything comes out.
Babi Polo Devil.
Nice. What's this thing, Jamie?
It looks like another alcove.
Cropping.
Just a slight little recess. Walls. As Rhea steps outside, she, out of earshot of Stab and Hayes, says to you both, "I'm not sure how convincing their getup is, but I feel like one of them may have done this before." and keeps walking to catch up to you guys.
Just swinging my incense as we walk down.
Jamie, is the hallway still clear behind us?
Yes, nothing seems to be stalking or behind you right now, as far as you're aware. You had a pretty good roll.
I did.
Sheeby DB Devoda.
Just making my way downtown, walking fast.
Weird cult
I
chat.
like that one better.
Okay. Let's go left, buddy. I mean, west. Oh shit! Is that a dead end?
This looks like a dead end, my friend.
I couldn't see it because my human eyes. Damn my human eyes.
Looks like more of the sewer is kind of purposely carved off.
Shit. Well, I know what that room is, huh?
Does this look like it connects to the same room?
I think that's the nest, buddy.
I'll get more serious with my incense and my chanting as I walk by. And I'll just start saying things in Infernal.
Okay.
God damn, that's good. Is this where we came from?
I think this is where we came from. No. Maybe. I don't... This whole place looks the same.
Shit. No, this is not where we came from. We came downstairs.
Check that door.
Yeah, I got you. Jamie, can I use the same stealth roll?
I'd say you've traveled too many feet, and we'll have to try again now.
All right, here we go. Let me rub my hands together.
Put like a 50-foot limit on keeping that.
Ooh, 25. 25.
All right, you peeking inside?
Yeah, I'm peeking inside.
Okay. Just opening this door just a little bit and peeking inside, you can see it looks like a couple of wooden tables. And you think you hear a man whispering at the other end of the room as well.
Can I hear what he's saying?
No.
Okay.
You just think you hear a voice.
One man?
Only one voice that you can tell.
Let me say, I think there's someone in there. He's whispering to somebody, so there's got to be at least two. Maybe we can fuck him up. Get some answers.
I follow your lead.
Great. Well, it's about time something happens. Let me go in there and see what what's all that hop up.
I'll walk with you.
Cool. I'm gonna walk in there and I'm gonna start. Oh shit! I can't walk in there.
You get diagonal. There you go. All right.
I'm just gonna start spreading my incense.
So as you two open the door and step in, let me read specifically what you see now. This room contains 4 wooden tables with 2 small wooden coffers atop each one. Hanging on the wall opposite the door is a beautiful golden shield. And standing in front of the shield is an old man in plain garments, carrying a lit candlestick. As he turns to face the door and look at you both enter the room, immediately you notice that his shadow on the far wall doesn't match his form, but appears to be the shadow of a pudgy horned fiend with small wings. The man holds his candlestick out a little bit and says, Who goes there?
Oh, we just came to spread some incense. I'm just gonna keep don't mind us. I'm just gonna go like this and just start inspecting shit as I walk in a circle around the room.
He takes a step back when you step in, stab, and says, I recognize the ones that come around. Their voices, you don't sound like any of them.
I'm new in town.
Yeah.
Hey!
Friendship bracelets.
Yeah!
He's kind of just looking at you both, startled, but has his back to the wall right under the golden shield. Also, actually, hold on. Something else happens, too.
Oh, boy.
Where's everyone else? Are they close?
They're out in the hallway right now. Y'all could hear these voices, by the way.
Okay.
because we left the door open.
Okay. Stab. You hear a voice in your head as you step a little deeper into the room, actually. And the voice says, "Champion, please, I beg of you, free me from this accursed place, so that I may assist you."
Where's it coming from?
You can tell it's coming from... It doesn't really have a direction, but you could tell immediately just the shield seems to be communicating with you.
Okay, I'm gonna slowly do incense and make my way towards the shield. Just in complete incense mode. And check out these little neat gifts. What are these little neat jib jabs, Jamie?
Are you just kind of inspecting the coffers on there?
I'm just giving it a glance while I do incense everywhere.
As you're doing that, the old man at the end of the room yells out louder now. You're not supposed to tamper with any of that. You're not supposed to be in here. Who are you?
I kind of raise up my incense and I just wave it around. That's
what I was gonna do too. I was like, I'm working.
Doya and Elgin, you definitely heard that shouting. You staying out in the hallway for now?
Is it loud enough it could potentially be heard further away than we are?
It's a little echoey, but not loud enough to be it's not like screaming. It's just like raised voice.
It doesn't sound like they've. Well, I guess. I'm gonna let it play out. I want to see if they can.
It's not yet fight time.
Well, hold on just a second. I gotta make another side roll here.
Also, another question. Can we hear that voice, or was it only Stab?
You could all hear that voice.
Oh.
Rhea kind of furrows her brow and tilts her head a bit, and just whispers, I might recognize that voice. Should I go and do?
Not yet. I'm going to grab her.
She just kind of kneels down and now is listening intently.
Is this your friend?
Are you whispering that, Elgin? Or trying to say it to Rhea?
Yeah, I'm whispering across her. I'm out.
Is this your friend?
She looks up at you and holds one hand up and slightly shrugs. But she tries to whisper, "Not sure yet."
Then we wait.
But prepare yourself.
All right, so Stab and Hayes, as soon as this old man started yelling at you, you both hold up your fingers while holding your incense lanterns and go,
Yeah.
And then what?
And then I'm just going to continue to do my job and slowly make my way towards him like a pincer.
Okay, as you come in, he starts actually yelling now that you're moving closer in.
I'll hold up my other hand and just say, it's fine. It's fine. Stop yelling. I just command it.
He then yells, No, I said stay back. You're not supposed to be here. Which is now echoing down the hallway a bit.
I'm bursting in.
To which,
if it's loud enough, it's engagement time.
Only close.
It's time.
Rhea will do the same. She runs in. She pauses, though, looking at this old man in the face. And her eyes go wide, and then she lightly says, "My overseer, is that you?" And the old man locks eyes with her and says, You recognize me. Praise be, child, finally. And he looks around all of you, a little bit bewildered, but now seeing that someone's actually recognized him, starts walking forward and saying, I've been here for, I don't even know how long now for them.
I throw my mage hand up, even though it can just only do 5 pounds of pressure. I want to put it up and kind of put it to his chest and stop his advance towards us.
Okay, you do that, and he pauses and says, You wear their robes, but
you don't get to yell and scream like a maniac, and then all of a sudden change your mind and walk up to us.
They're not the friendliest. They know they're not supposed to be here. The Duke would punish them if they came here. They were supposed to stay out.
Do we notice anything off about this gentleman? Those of us who came in late?
Only his shadow is casting a very, very odd feature. It doesn't even look like his shadow. Again, it looks like a pudgy, fat little demon with small wings.
I want to use, I think I still have a usage of my divine sense. Yeah. I want to sense around the room. I want to see if I notice anything like any fiends or any evil in the room.
And also, now that he says something, do I recognize this person?
That's tough to say. Did you have any experience in El Terrell, or did you read about it, study about it, like its leadership, anything like that?
I would say no, probably not.
You don't recognize this guy at all, then.
What a piece of shit.
The shadow is bothering me. I'd like to go ahead and cast Shillelagh. Or wait, hold on. Let's go back and check that pronunciation.
Shillelagh.
Shillelagh. I'd like to cast Shillelagh.
Shillelagh.
Shillelagh. Got me on my knees.
All right, well,
Got me on my knees.
Before you do that, Elgin, what were you doing?
No,
I'd hit him with that air captain, bro.
Yeah, dude. Hey, because you know what? We're about to. If this dude doesn't give me the answers that we want,
Have to clap them cheeks.
we're about to. Yeah, we'll be Eric clapped in the cheeks here in a minute. But no, composure. What I was going to say is, I wanted to use my divine sense, see if I pick up any strong senses of good, evil, fiend, any since he's got this weird shadow thing going on.
Okay. Go ahead and link your divine sense for us. And also, Stab, walking up to the wall, I'm guessing you're approaching that shield?
Yep.
As you get close to it, it again reaches out to you and says, I know the fate of El Terrell. I can restore it in time. Free me. Remove me from here.
I'm gonna yell back. You guys hear this shield talking?
No one else hears it but you.
No one hears it?
And Elgin, as you use your divine sense, and is that 60 feet out, you can detect kind of fiends, celestials, and undead? Okay. You don't detect any celestials, you don't detect any undead, but you sense an overbearing, extremely potent fiend hanging on the wall right above Stab.
On the wall above.
The shield.
Stab. Get away from that thing.
It said it could solve everything. You sure?
Do you believe every strange voice that enters your head?
This is the first strange voice that entered my head.
As soon as you say that, Elgin, you hear a voice in your head, and it sounds like this.
Curse you, Paladin! Damn you! Listen, we can strike a deal still. Free me from here. Deal with this fool.
What do you mean? What deal? What is it that you can offer me?
I can offer you untold power, favor. You, a man of faith who would seek to save and restore El Terrell, right? You will journey to hell itself to do so, right? I could guide you. I know Avernus.
And then what in return? My soul?
I merely wish for my freedom from this accursed hole.
Can I want to insight this bad boy.
Sure. While that's happening, Rhea will look to the High Seer and say, I see you. You're here. The rumors were true. Why? Why are you here? With the Vanthampurs. They're bad people. I see you. They consort with fiends, devils. Why? Is anyone else saying anything after she says that?
I'm just listening at this point.
I'm in my own head now with this shield thing.
I'm more interested in the shield as well.
Davius will start to say, he starts tearing up and wiping his face as he says, I was visiting a parish a few miles outside of the city when it disappears. I didn't know where to turn. I knew a powerful family lived here, and I knew that there was some relic, some celestial being they were in possession of that could maybe do something, maybe restore El Terrell back. And it's here. I was trying to commune, but I can't. I've had no success, child. Please, I would... And then he steps up to Rhea and kind of almost tries to put his hands on his shoulders, but pauses and says, with your help, maybe it could be done. After he says all that, Elgin and Stab, what were you doing now with that shield on the wall?
I'm still figuring out what the shield's true intentions are. I'm trying to get a taste for exactly how much I might be able to trust the voice, whether or not it's feeding me a line of shit.
All right, so just based on this thing's voice and your insight, you could... It's not often you hear a fiend speak to you, but given your brief interactions with them, and you can tell that everything typically has the same type of response given the certain emotions that are invoked, you could sense desperation in this thing's voice as it was speaking to you.
Okay, I'm gonna use that.
What is your name?
My name, a devil's name is sacred, but if I have no choice, I know you're kind. You'll get it out of me either way. Gargoth.
Gargoth. All right, Gargoth. You're desperate enough to want out of this pit that you would risk joining forces with a loyal worshiper of Helm. You're that desperate. What has you spooked? What do you fear?
The shield then responds.
I fear nothing. I desire, need, crave my freedom. For centuries trapped in this accursed shield, and pit after hole, after sweated sewer. I deserve more. I will get more. But I would need your help, and you may need mine.
Can I hear it too, or is it just Elgin?
It's only... Right now, it's only yelling at Elgin. Which, pause on that for a moment. Hayes and Doya, were you saying anything in response to what Thavius just said?
I'm just listening at this point.
Well, I do have a question. Do we hear Elgin's responses, or are those also in his head?
That is a mental communication going on.
Okay, so Elgin is just sort of kind of frozen and off in his own world.
Yes.
Thavius, how long have you been down here?
Why, I've been down here for... I've had trouble tracking time. It's weeks. It hasn't been long, but it feels like it's been forever.
You don't quite... There's no easy way to put this. You don't quite seem yourself. And I don't even know you that well.
My friend, given the circumstances, if I were well, That alone would be strange. My city is fallen. My people likely dead. And I need to make it right. And this shield, he turns around and starts walking towards you, Stab. This shield can do it. I know this is the holy being that I've been seeking. If I could just get it to talk to me.
Wait, so he didn't want to touch Rhea?
He did not touch Rhea.
I'm going to touch him and see what happens.
Okay, how are you going to do that?
I'm just going to place my hand on his shoulder.
Oh. And when you do, he looks at you immediately and says, "Yes, you understand, don't you? You understand that this could..." And he looks back up at the shield. "This could save us all."
Hold on, buddy. I'm gonna... is this shadow still, like, fat and shit?
Yes.
I'm just gonna fucking say it. What's up with your shadow, man? It's freaky.
What? And then he turns to kind of look at his shadow and then turns back to you. "I don't know what you're talking about, friend."
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I'm gonna look like... you said it was chubby, right?
Yeah, chubby, but it looks like pudgy little fiend.
Look at this pudge. Look at this pudge. And I'm gonna look at him. Does he have pudge?
No, not really.
And look at this. Look at that. Isn't that weird?
He keeps looking to where you're pointing and then back at you. My friend, I don't know how long you've been down here as well, but I see nothing strange.
Do you guys see it? You guys see it, right? Come on.
At this moment,
Elgin definitely would be paying attention.
No, I have no clue what's going on there. Just out of curiosity, just because religious studies and whatnot. Even though I'm more of a soldier than a learned book person when it comes to this sort of thing. The name Gargoth, does it ring any bells to me?
Yes, we've heard this name.
Okay, but more just like, would I have any specific knowledge of this person or of this this demon?
Not a whole lot. I don't think you'd know too much about what or who this is.
Okay. Back into my stupor.
And actually, at that point, I'm going to cut back to the shield real quick, as it speaks to you again, Elgin, and says,
"So is it a deal? Will we work together? I will open up to your friends as well if you wish."
And then all of you hear a voice at that point say,
"If this is what you desire, all can hear me instead."
Oh shit. It's raspy now.
Wow.
I have a question. Why? Why all this? Why all this subterfuge? Are you really in that shield? This seems like some game.
and then only speaking to you again, says,
"There is no game here. I've been trapped, damn it, trapped. For too long. I need my freedom."
I feel like if I set you free, I would be unleashing a worse hell than what the Vanthampurs could potentially unleash. Would that be true?
It kind of pauses for a moment, for about 4 seconds, and then responds back to you and says,
"Depending where, depending when, maybe. Paladin, maybe. I do not wish the destruction of all, though. I do not wish to destroy your surroundings. Release me where I belong, and I will uphold my end of the deal."
You would help me destroy the Vanthampurs.
If that is all you wish, instead. Yes. Is it a deal?
Do it. Do it.
You would return me to Avernus?
Well, it seems we might be going the same direction. The deal is this. You help me restore the balance. I'll get you out of here. That right what the Vanthampurs are set wrong. Then you'll have your deal.
Very well. It is a deal. And starting in good faith, the first thing you need to do is kill this wretch. He lies. He had a hand in Elturel's fall. Kill him. Restore your balance.
This man.
And going back to everybody else, what's everyone else doing right now?
I'm just gonna. Have I heard all this, or am I just kind of watching Elgin like blankly stare at a shield on the wall?
You've been watching Elgin blankly stare at a shield, but at one point you did hear a voice
Like,
say,
what
"And
is
I can
that?"
speak to them all if you so choose." Or
I'll
something
kind of
similar.
take a couple steps forward and look at Thavius and say, "So," and I'll glance back at Elgin and back at the shield. What you been doing down here?
You saying that to Thavius?
Yeah.
He turns and says, "I've been trying to commune with this holy artifact. I know a being of great power lives in it. A being that could save my city."
And why do you think it's holy? You're in a sewer.
Because it has to be. Out of
Why are you
all-
so out of breath?
all of my studies. And he turns and starts kind of putting his hand on the shield and slowly moving his hand across it.
Stop! I tell him, stop touching it.
I know it holds great power. If only it would communicate with me.
I walk up to him. Hold this, and I hand him the incense thing.
Okay, and he takes it and looks at you confused. What is this?
I need you to hold it. Please hold it. Just take it.
And he takes it.
Just need you to stop touching things. I'll kind of say it under my breath. I'll say, Thavius, you've been down here. How did you get here? Did you come here willingly? Were you brought here? Were you taken here?
Once my inquiries about the shield were discovered, I was led down here. They've
How
kept
did you
me
find
here.
out about the shield then? Let's take it a step back.
Our libraries and higher learning is in Elturel is. It was easy to find for me. I have access to many areas.
That's great. So, you went to your nice library, you found out about a shield. How is it here? How did you come to find it was here in Baldur's Gate?
Once I arrived, I reached out to the nobles, the leaders of Baldur's Gate. It was the Lamra herself who found me. Showed me that she had what I was seeking, and he turns and looks back up at the shield.
Thalamra. Who is Thalamra?
Well, that's the Duke Vanthampur, the Lamra.
Okay, yes, great. Alright, got it. Your books told you it was here, though, in Baldur's Gate?
He nods and says, "Apparently it's passed hands many times, but somehow found its way here."
So you came here inquiring about the shield. Baroness Vanthampur met you, and then what?
she led me here to try and commune with it, which I've made effort, but nothing yet.
And why did she choose you to commune with it? Why couldn't she commune with it?
Don't know. Perhaps, likely because I'm spoken with the gods themselves as the chosen of El Terrell, the summoner of the companion that gave light to everyone. And as soon as he says that, Rhea steps forward and it yells towards him, I saw the companion twist! I saw it turn and take the city!
And I'll say, are you aware that your city disappeared?
His eyes start to tear up and he looks away again. And he says, all too aware.
And how were you made aware?
I saw it as well.
Okay, so timeline. You're hanging out in El Terrell. You go to the library, you read a book about a nice shield. You decide, hey, I'm gonna go to Baldur's Gate. You decide to go to Baldur's Gate, but as you're leaving, the city disappears behind you, and you continue to go here anyway to find said shield that you read about in in El Terrell's library that just disappeared behind you.
He
all lines up.
Steps away as you're saying this and responds with, yes, it's all true, but are you interrogating me? This is an odd line of questioning from you.
You can stop with the dramatics, all right? We're in a damned sewer. I'm covered in shit in someone else's robe. We have one of your followers here who's very upset. Look, the amount of shit in this sewer does not amount to the amount of upsetness that she has for you right now. So, barring that, yes, I am interrogating you because there's a city missing, we've been roped into it, and now we're too far in to leave! So I need to know what happened and when. You left, came here for mystical shield, and what? City disappears behind you, you continue, and then you... Oh, hi, Mistress Vanthampur. Great to see you. Oh, yes, I'll go right down here in your sewer. No problem. And then now you are just here. Is that how it went down?
He backs up again and says, yes.
There's only one door.
That's how it happened.
I say, okay. Well, what? Let me ask you this. What did Thalamra tell you about the disappearance of El Terrell then?
They had heard the rumors. I solidified them.
And so they just locked you here to talk with this shield. Okay. All right. I turn back to Doya and Stab and Elgin and Rhea. He's an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
As you say that,
corrupted.
Elgin, were you saying again? You still have a line of communication with the shield. Were you saying anything else?
I'm gonna tell the shield to. I want the shield to open up communication with everyone else.
With everyone?
I wanted to tell them what it just told me.
Okay, and as you say that, it says,
You wish me to tell everyone here what I've told you. Yes.
About him, yes.
Wait, say it again, Elgin?
About him, yes. His involvement in El Terrell.
Okay. Everyone in the room hears a deep guttural voice say,
Very well.
to which Rhea immediately steps back and draws her sword and looks around. To which Thavius says, or starts shouting out, It speaks! It speaks! And walks towards the shield, kind of like enthralled, staring at it.
What's that say, buddy?
This voice then explains. Actually, I'll just say it in its voice.
El Terrell has fallen because the companion was twisted. A trap. A trap set long ago. A trap sprung by our friend here. Davius Krieg. Why do you lie?
He starts shaking his head. No, it's not true. You're supposed to be a celestial being. And you can hear the voice of the shield laugh in everyone's head.
I laugh. I laugh too.
Skewer this pig and be done with him. The paladin and I have a deal. You will uphold it, and I will uphold mine.
I kind of squinch my face. Skewer the pig? Hold on. No. He's a dumbass, but we're not going to just skewer him.
Rhea.
Right? I just kind of look back there. Right?
Rhea falls to her knees, holding her head in one of her hands and just saying, No, it's not true. No. And starts tearing up a bit, but clenching her sword in her other hand on the ground.
What exactly did you do to the companion, Davius?
I don't know what. Oh gods, why me? What have I done? What have I done? And he falls down.
That is what we're asking you.
He falls onto the floor, covering his head and his face and his hands on the floor, just rocking back and forth. And he starts coughing a bit.
I put on my mask.
Rhea slowly stands up, tightly gripping her longsword, and steps up to Thavius, who is currently basically prostrated, I think that's the word, on the ground, on his hands and knees, or elbows and knees, with his hands in his face. And when she pushes him over, she raises her longsword, looking like she's about to stab him. But when he turns over... Are you gonna mage? What are you doing with your mage hand?
I'm just mage handing her wrist with her sword in it.
Okay, she is absolutely, you can feel just this adrenaline just pushing your mage hand with her. But she doesn't stab Thavius, because once he's turned over, you can see that there's black foam on his lips, and he now has a small vial in his hand as he's coughing. And he mutters out,
Fools! There's no sense fighting it. The Duke of Avernus will get her way. She always does.
And he stops moving.
Well, this isn't exactly skewered, but he is dead.
I'll kind of peek over the table after Elgin says that and look at him and say, well, I think we're done. We can go back. We'll go home, go to bed, right? Go back to the elf song. Should be clear now.
Limping fox.
Rhea yells out, Curse you, you lying monster! And starts stabbing Thavius repeatedly.
I would like to try to quiet her really quickly.
Okay, I need you to make a strength challenge roll, Verser, because she is currently in a stabbing frenzy.
I'm just watching.
Okay, you try to grab onto her, but she just violently turns, staggering you back a bit as she stabs him again and again and again.
Hiles, remember your surroundings.
I'm gonna say, let her have it.
She stabs this man about 19 times, yelling out at his body until the blood is a little bit sprayed on your lower shins, Elgin, but it's all the way up from her toes to her chest and her blade as she's panting heavily, just staring at his corpse with just pure anger. And then
Overkill.
This what you wanted?
She starts lightly sobbing and kind of just drops her sword to the ground.
Rhea, when I asked if you were prepared to do what you needed to do, it wasn't stab a dead man 19 or 20 times.
She starts wiping her face a bit, and then leans down and picks her sword up, and just kind of rubs it on the table, getting a little bit of blood off, but sheaths it and turns to you and says, "He got what he deserved."
I'll be honest, I still don't know what he deserved. He was speaking in riddles.
He was complicit.
Okay, he was complicit in what? The disappearance of El Terrell?
He knew what he was doing.
How so?
You hear a voice in your head, Hayes, as does everyone else, following Elgin's earlier order.
He made the deal, little one. He rose to power due to the deal. Seen as a holy man of sorts. Bring about the next coming age of El Terrell. Only to have it taken at a later date. He knew what was going to happen.
It was a profit for now, pay later type deal then, yes?
Wisdom in those words.
And the payment was El Terrell itself and all of its inhabitants disappeared. Now, where did they go? Let me guess, someplace awful.
Why, to our next destination, of course. Thanks to your paladin friend.
I looked at Elgin and just let out a long sigh.
What did you do?
There's no chicken buckets where we're going, is there?
No.
Then we better stock up.
First, we gotta get out of here.
I hope the Elfstock Tavern's gotten a shipment in since the last time we were there.
All right, before we go further, that's what we're going to call it for the night. I thought about calling it pre-conversation, but I figured it was too hyped to not do for now. So, we went a little over, but we got some good stuff going there. So, you guys have you ventured into another sewer, and fortunately, you weren't here in this one for 3 weeks. So you explored a bit. There's still more stuff
down
here.
And no one's died yet.
Yet.
It's true. A lot of yets here. But you did find Thavius Krieg. And if the shield on the wall is to be believed, apparently he had a heavy hand in what went down, and now has met a grisly fate caused by his own hands. But if not, likely caused by someone else's, if he weren't able to do it himself.
When she stabbed him,
a weird shadow.
I got one question I gotta know. Did the shadow change?
Did the shadow change? If you were, I'm assuming everyone was watching this happen. It was very
violent.
violent.
Super paranoid with the shadow.
Just staring at
There's nothing else on TV.
No, I was
his
picking my
body
nose.
in the shadow. While she was stabbing, it looked like she was stabbing into a fat, pudgy little demon as she was stabbing. Yeah, no change in the shadow whatsoever.
Thank you.
But still a lot to explore if we want to. We kind of got what we needed. If we can always see maybe Mama Vanthampur is down here still. Got some more exploring to do. Maybe that room where a devil literally told you to get your asses back to doing the incense still is hanging out in there and has some stuff about him. Who knows, right? We have to find out.
Might I
next
add
time.
that we did a kick-ass job spreading the incense.
Y'all did. Y'all made it smell extra good around here. Y'all took those dudes' jobs easily. All right. Well, unless anyone's got anything, I'm going to deliver some closing statements here.
Nothing.
Nothing.
All right, cool. Well, everyone out there in the Twitch world, so I've totally remembered. I've been neglecting chat this whole time, but thank you all for paying attention to it. As DM, it's hard for me to look at with my monitor set up. Sorry about that. I'll try to be more interactive. But thank you for watching. We do appreciate it. We hope you had a good time. We definitely had a good time. That's a mammoth. That's all I got to say about that. We do this every Monday and Thursday night. That's it. I'm going to stop talking about what y'all are holding. We do this every Monday and Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central on Mondays and 7 p.m. Central on Thursdays. Thursday is our Rime of the Frost Maiden, where it's icy chilly cold. That's ran by Mr. Moose with the mammoth there. And Monday is our Avernus campaign, or Descent into Avernus, which has been only in Baldur's Gate so far, but it sounds like it might be heating up really soon. So, if you like what you see, give us a follow. If you really like it, give us a subscription. It does go towards making this channel better. We got grandiose plans if we can get there, so we appreciate all the help that you guys have provided thus far. All that being said, so distracting looking at y'all do this, but I've gotten through it. Thanks for watching tonight, everybody, and y'all have a good night. Oh, man.
Bye, everybody.
Good night.